Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to the Dorky Supernova. Of course, we're back playing some more Oxygen Not Included tonight, being Tuesday night and all. And we're continuing on with the colony we started in the Ranching Upgrade Mark II. Now, our colony's been thriving. We have a little bit of food at 403,388 kilocalories. We're producing crazy amounts of food right now. We're going to run out of room to stockpile it. We already have 2 full fridges and a couple storage containers, with a 3rd fridge almost full already. So for once, food really isn't a challenge for us in our colony. Oxygen, similarly, has been doing really well. We have basically just one little oxygen room here that's supplying all the oxygen our colony needs at the moment. But we are going to be adding some additional duplicants to the colony. Obviously, we're going to need some space for that. We have our hatch farm at the top that's been going well. We have been cleaning up some water from the polluted water supply out here, and that's giving us both cooling for our carbon scrubber, and then also, well, actually, the carbon scrubber's not running, but it's actually just using the water sieve to clean the polluted water. And this is sort of driving everything. Welcome everybody who's here in the chat and watching the stream, of course. So we're just streaming to YouTube tonight, so it's just the one stream. There's no chat overlay as a result, but welcome everyone. Tonight, what I want to tackle is expanding our colony. So we started to build, at the end of the last stream, we started to build out over here. And Spiffy was looking for a room for, I believe it was for Spiffy and Polani, to have a space outside here, or not even necessarily outside here, but just a space that had similar room store space as what we have for the luxury apartments that are in the top of the core part of the colony. But we just didn't have room to build that in here, so we needed to make space for that. So consequently, we've dug this out. We're going to try and continue hollowing all this out so we get rid of all the slime and stuff that's in here. We'll take control of this area of the colony, or this area of the map anyway, to make our colony. We'll expand out over this way. Cooling might be an opportunity here. It's about 30 degrees, but similarly, it's even out pretty nicely in here. We're down around like 26, 25 degrees in here. Ever since we put our cooling system in last stream, the temperature in this part of the colony has been really good. I probably should insulate on this side over here because we do still have some heat coming in from outside and sort of warming up this area of the colony, but not too badly. So that's what we're going to tackle tonight. No, we do not need a room. You don't even have a dupe. Polani doesn't have a dupe? Wait a minute. Bigger than Turgans. All right. So at the very least, we need one for Spiffy because he gave a super chat at on the last stream, looking for some more space. So we're gonna try and accommodate that, but it's gonna take a little bit because we have a little bit of cleaning to do out here. We can't exactly. Hold on a second. I'm gonna try and reduce the amount they actually have to build here. We can't exactly just go ahead and build out here automatically because all the slime that's out here is gonna cause some germ issues. So we have all this to clean up. We have some polluted air we'll have to clean up. Actually, all this down here can get cleaned up too. Get rid of all this stuff. Get it all out of here. There's a whole bunch of these nice little mushrooms in here too. So actually, if we store some of the slime in a space that's a little more reasonable, we could even start a mushroom farm down here that we don't have currently. Aaron Golf, $10 super chat. Cryptic, I finally caught a stream. Much love and support from Missouri. Or Missouri? Is it Missouri or Missouri? Or is there a letter missing there? Thanks very much, Aaron. I appreciate the super chat, and thank you for the support. That's amazing. Okay, so we also, last time, we set up a little ranch for our Drecos, and we have a little bit of hydrogen in here. So the Drecos are now happy. They're groomed. Their scale growth is exceptionally small right now, so it's really slow growing. We did find that bug last time, or I guess it's more of an exploit that would let us get the scales a little higher, or a little higher rate by just constantly bagging them over and over again. But obviously that's not something we want to do because they don't generally like to play with exploits. Give me a bigger room and Spiffy can have your boring old room. Oh my goodness. You guys are nuts. How am I supposed to keep up with all that expansion? Durgan, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Good lord. Canadian $5. Well, I am in Canada, Spiffy, so it is worth $5 here. Yeah, the game's not free. It's like $20. It's available on Steam. I would have to say though that for like just general replayability of this game, it's worth well more than $20. If you like this kind of game and you like the complexity that's involved in it, this is definitely a good game to pick up. I've had tons and tons of fun with this game. All right, so it's going to take a while for them to get to this, unfortunately. You know what? I probably should just acknowledge the fact that they're going to need certain floors in here anyway. And instead of building all the ladders and stuff, I might as well start to build the floors that are going to have to be in place, because the reality is we're going to wind up building the floors anyway. So we'll have a floor there. We'll do a floor here. We'll need a floor up here. This will give us everything we need to be able to reach all the different areas in order to clean them all out of all this disgusting slime. And we'll have to store that away somewhere because ultimately it will be useful. You know, at some point. Polani, $2 super chat. Agreed. Durkin needs the bestest room. Uh-oh. See, now we got a problem. That's gonna be tricky. We got both Spiffy and Durgan vying for the biggest room. Alright. Let's dig this out. Obviously, we're going to need insulation in here and stuff because we want to try and block out any heat. Now, this whole area is generally around 30 degrees, so it's not really that bad. Temperature management in this core part should be pretty good. If we were expanding down into the purple area, that's where things get a little dicier because it gets a little warmer down here. 40 degrees, 42, 45 degrees, so it's generally pretty warm. And we do have this geyser over here that we found last time that we didn't dig out also. So still lots of exploring yet to be done on this map, too. There's a lot we haven't seen. Welcome to the Hotel Cryptic, where we're always building better rooms. It's the hotel that's always under construction. We're never at full rate either, because, you know, we, Oh, you know what? I have this blocked off in a way that you have to use an exosuit to get out there, which means that Andrew Kreider is the only person who can go out there right now, because he's the only one that can use the suit, I think. Let's just double check the jobs. I think Andrew might be the only one that can use it. Which suit is it that they need? Oh, no, he's just a seasoned miner. So he's going out there because he's got the high skill level in mining. But I thought there was like a thing here for, yeah, exosuit engineer. Provides additional training of the correct use of exosuits, eliminating the run speed law. Okay, so it's not that they can't use it. It's just that they're more efficient at using it because they can run faster. I get it. The goal is to push him over the edge to where a CrypticFox needs to put sandbox at the last house. Yeah. Just keep pushing. Eventually it'll get so that, okay, we have 20 dupes, so we need to divide the map into 20 parts, and each person's going to have their own exclusive apartment, fully contained with gardens and everything. Scary. Oh, we got water down there, too. This geyser down here is of course, the copper volcano that we haven't uncovered. And last time I was thinking about trying to dig into this so we could try to tap into the power of the volcano, too. But we'll see how it goes with our development up here first, because we want to get some additional space in here first and foremost. It's going to take a while for all this polluted oxygen to clean up, too. And it's not really going to clean up until we get rid of the slime that's in here. So we should probably consider doing something with that. I think, in terms of slime storage, it might actually be useful just to build a little storage container out here somewhere and seal it off. I mean, we have one storage container that's underneath the water supply in here. So theoretically, we could run the slime in and store it in there. But that's kind of a long way to go. I don't know if I want to go that route. Actually, you know what? I told them to build all these floors, and I just changed my mind. Because that's how I roll. I'm indecisive. Let's do ladders. And the reason I'm going to do ladders is that I'm indecisive. No. The reason I'm going to do ladders is because what I want to have happen, actually, is have the slime that's getting dug out here fall down to the bottom. So it can all be collected in one place. If I do floors in here, then as I dig them out, it's going to have to be picked up on each individual floor. So we have that. Jakarmi, $2 super chat. I'll take a regular con if you add me. Jakaram. Ah, okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for correcting the pronunciation, too. I'm so bad with names. So, Jakaram. Thanks very much. And thank you for the super chat. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to do some automation. This may not necessarily need to be in place the whole time because we're not going to dig the whole thing out. But we'll go into our shipping. We can grab the auto sweeper. And the auto sweeper, if placed down here, should be able to grab... Well, I can't quite get all the slime, but we can get most of the slime that we're going to dig out from here. So I'm going to put one here, and I just ran out of materials because we need refined metal, which means we got to go over here and make some more. Get some copper. You still have that bug where you can't see the stuff that you're producing, but that's okay. We'll produce some more refined ore. I'm going to get 2 of these auto sweepers going, and we'll put the collection rail in the middle. And we can send it out and have another auto sweeper set to put it into a storage container for us. I think this will work all right. So let's go ahead. I'm not going to put this very far, but I want this cleanup to go relatively quickly. So we're going to put the container like right here. Put a mechanized airlock here, which, in all things considered, I'll just save the effort. We won't mine this part out. We're going to put in... Oh, no, actually, no. Wait a minute. We will put tile in there because I'm going to need to pass the rail through. We'll put 2 storage containers in here. We're going to need... Actually, you know, we probably only need 1 storage container. So we'll make do with 1 for now. Again, indecisive. And then we'll get another auto sweeper on this end whenever we get the materials ready. So we'll have 2 up here collecting, putting in the system. It'll run it down. It'll put it here. It'll automatically store it away for us, and it'll be stuck inside this room where we don't have to worry about any issues because we'll put a couple deodorizers in there to clean up the air. That'll keep the slime safe for us. It'll tuck it away. It'll stop producing polluted oxygen in the core part of the colony, but we can make use of it later because what I'll do ultimately is we'll change the direction of the rail and we'll send down here to a little something we're going to build in the bottom in order to grow ourselves some mushrooms. Not that we really need them because we're at over 400,000 kilocalories, but why not? It's called luxury living. It makes him sound like a magician. Yeah, that's what happens when I mispronounce things. Can I make a room for you in the game? Let's see. Who have we got even in the colony now? It's been a while since we brought in any duplicants. So we have Spiffy, Durgan, Magnus Rain, Laurie Marie, Nellie Nee, Elfwolf King, Andrew Kreider, and Harpreet Singh. So when we bring in some more duplicants, we'll have to try to pick some names from people in the chat again. We have plenty of food, so I'm not worried about bringing them in from that perspective. As long as we have our oxygen still in play, I think we'll be fine that way. What's going on here? Body temperature. So we still have temperature issues down here. What's going on here? Ooh, yeah, it's definitely warm down here. I mean, the air down here in general is pretty warm, and this little cooling system we're using on the sieve is helping to keep it from overheating. It's only staying at like 40 degrees, but it's still not really what you would call cool. And we've almost drained all the water here again. Oh, this poor little fish. Sorry, Paku. I think you're in trouble, buddy. We might want to go over here and put another pump over here and draw this water out once this is cleaned. We'll see. Decide on that later. Hi to CrypticFox. Is 135 kilograms of copper enough for the refined metals? I should have more copper than that. Ooh, nope. Probably not. I thought I had more. Well, let's go a different route then. We'll stop using copper because I think we have tons of iron. Let's cancel all these, even though I can't even see them. If I look at iron ore, what have we got for iron? But that's actually 135 kilograms of refined copper. We have regular copper already, I think. Where is the... It's not consumable ore. It's under raw metal. Copper, we have 3,922 kilograms. So 135 kilograms is the refined metal we've already produced. So that's actually fine. It'll be fine. Okay, so then we're going to need... I need 200 kilograms of refined metal. We need a little bit more of that. We're gonna have to get busy, do some actual work. The other person wasn't Polani. Oh, it was Nelly. Oh, I'm sorry. So the other room is for Nelly Nee. We're waiting to see how auto sweepers and the conveyors work. Oh, nice. All right, so we'll use a really simple system here. It's not going to be anything super complicated. Basically, I'm just going to use it because I want to be lazy. So I'm going to spend a whole bunch of effort working to build a lazy system. Which doesn't really necessarily make a lot of sense, but it's fine. Okay, so this is our fancy storage room. Let's set this up for slime. Let's see, organic slime. Okay, so this is cleaning the oxygen that's in here because it already had polluted oxygen here, and that's fine. It'll clean that out. Let's see how they're doing for the refined metal. Still working on it. Conveyor rail does not need refined metal, I don't think. No, it can use regular metals. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll use the iron because we got a ton of it. Actually, we'll start first with the conveyor receptacle. So this is going to be the place that the conveyors are going to put the stuff that they're picking up. I don't know that the direction on this thing ultimately matters, but we're going to flip it over anyway and just, yeah, whatever, put it this way. I'm fairly certain that it doesn't pay any attention to the direction. Actually, what's the range of this? So it can go in between the two ladders as far as it can reach. So put the conveyor receptacle here. And then we're going to need the conveyor rail, which again we'll make out of iron because we have some excess of that. We're going to send it down here into this space. And this is where our conveyor... Oh, no. Wait a minute. I think I got this backwards. Yeah, got this backwards. So it's actually the, there we go. The conveyor loader is what goes in here. The conveyor receptacle is at the opposite end. Like that. In this base, we'll need to build another auto sweeper, and that'll put it in the container for us. We are going to need power. Sadly, with like 3 of these things here, it's not really the most power-efficient system. But as they get all this dug out, it should go pretty well. It's funny, they're starting the ladders from like higher up. Let's go to priorities. We'll set these for, I don't know, priority 6 or whatever. Try to get them to do this a little bit sooner rather than later. All this stuff too. Get to this. It's funny, they went to the trouble of building all this stuff before they went to the trouble of digging all this junk. They're like, forget it, I'm not going to the slime. We probably could use another one of these little exosuits also. So we get some more people in here. So what do we have? Do we have enough reed fiber for one? Ooh, we do. Nice. We did shave the Dracos in here a little bit, so we got some extra reed fiber. We can use that. You may be a cryptic addict. Have the stream on a TV, watching the replay from yesterday on your tablet. Nice. Doubling down. Never actually caught a chat before. Hello, everyone. Hi, Aaron. Circuits are overloaded. Are they really? I don't see anything flashing. I mean, it should be fine. These are good to 20 kilowatts. That's funny. It's getting a higher load on there than the actual load it says is potentially pulling. But nevertheless, the wiring all seems fine. I think it's okay. Need a transformer. I'm not sure I understand where you're saying we need a transformer exactly. I mean, we could put one over here and pass the transformer wire down this way, because we're going to need power in this section of the colony anyway. So theoretically, if we go into our power systems, stick a transformer at this end of things. We can extend our power line over, and this will give us exclusive power. Set up. Wait a minute, I need a pipe. I need a wire bridge here. Gonna need a wire bridge. Power wire bridge. Like so. Once that's connected, it'll destroy the wire that's here. We'll pass the heavy wire through over to this transformer, and then we can run exclusive power for this area off of this one little transformer, which should be fine, I think. They don't care about direction, but they do care about walls. Only 1 square in. Also, loaders have to be lower priority than receivers, and storage order has to be higher than receiver. Yep. Overload damage warning on the granulator. Oh. What's going on here? Do we have a regular wire here still? That's where you were saying we had the overload. Oh, yeah, you know what it is? There's a tiny little piece of wire right there. Just a tiny one. Let's deconstruct the power line that's right there. If they break that, for whatever reason, it still had a tiny little bit of wire. There we go. Thank you for spotting that. We'll connect that up. I thought you were talking about the grid in general, but it's just that little thing. It's good. All fixed. Well, of course, you and your daughter watch streams before bed. Nice to catch one live. That's cool. I'm really glad you enjoy it. I'm glad people enjoy it in general. I say it all the time, but I'm always happy to have people here. Hey, Cryptic, let me just say you love the thumbnail. Very classy. Thanks, Pancake King. Now, in all fairness... Aw, are you kidding me? Andrew, come on, buddy. In all fairness, the actual accommodations may not be exactly as depicted. So the hotel reserves the right to change the look and condition of all rooms. So sorry. This is going so much slower than I thought it would. There. Oh, there we go. We have enough for another auto sweeper. So we'll plug this in right here, I guess. Actually, if we put it right here, we can reach pretty far. Hopefully that won't cause any issues with the rail. I don't think it will. Fairly certain. Like 70%. Let's dig this out. We need space to get through here. Because we're going to need to pass our wire through. And we'll throw a little bit of insulation in here, I guess. We don't want this to stink up too bad. I have to wait till they do that first, I guess. Let's get a ladder over here. so they can reach. Besides, we always got to have more ladders. It's a crucial element to any colony to have as many ladders as you can fit in the space. Alright, they're making more refined metal, so that won't take too long, hopefully. 7:22 for you? Yeah, it's 10:23 for me. In the evening, of course. Outraging Canadian, welcome. Really great way to end a night. Yeah, I've had a number of people tell me that they put my streams on when they want to fall asleep. I'm not entirely sure whether that's complimentary or I think it's intended to be. No, it's fine. Okay, so we have polluted oxygen up here. Going to build a little bit of insulation quickly. Let's put this in here, and then we'll throw priority 9 on this. Because I don't want the polluted oxygen getting up top here. That would kind of suck. It looks like it's already started to spread out here. It's not going to take long before it's filled in. Or before it, rather, it starts to leak out. Got a little bit in the top here, but not too much. Hurry. Come on, guys. I said that priority 9. Like, just build it. Just build it. Opening at the top. Oh, now they're going to bed. Of course you are. Alright. Well, I guess we'll throw a deodorizer up here because we're probably going to need one. It's not that bad. I mean, there's clean oxygen here, so hopefully there's not too much that will actually get through there. You know what? I'm not even bother with this. Carbon dioxide. A little bit of polluted oxygen got in there, but it seems like... Oh, no. Now it's spreading. Hurry and build, guys. Get that wall finished, and then we don't have to worry. Well, you do have a very soothing voice, Cryptic. Thanks, Ari. I mean, I have heard that a few times, yeah. You got a name for the hotel. Hotel SMRT. Yeah. It's not the Ritz-Carlton. Looks like someone's been watching Blitz, lol. Who's that now? Shameful, the executive suites don't have their own dining rooms. Oh my gosh, you're right, they don't. We've been slacking. It is shameful. There's not even room service. Like, they don't even have, like, food. We have enough food, oddly enough, we could put the food on the conveyor. If there was a way to preserve it, we could almost send the food to the rooms with room service using the conveyor system. That's actually... I'm really surprised this little wall of fertilizer is holding back the tide of water right here. I didn't really notice I was doing that. Let's just shore this up just in case. And we don't want an unexpected flood to make a mess of things. Okay. They finished... Did they finish the wire bridge here? Yeah, okay, they have the wire bridge finished here. Let's go to our power system. We're going to deconstruct power wires. Send our heavy... Oh, no, don't do that. I can't do it till they break it. There we go. Now we can send our heavy watt wire through. We'll send it all the way over to here. Send a little bit of wire down this way. Super derpy-like. Alright, good job. Hold on. Just cancel all that. This is where the shift key comes in really handy, and I never... Well, I don't say I never remember to use it, but I rarely remember to use it. Hopefully they can even reach all that. Some of this is actually pretty high up. Okay, so that'll take care of those. We do have enough here for a conveyor loader now as well, so we'll put that on here. That should be in reach of both of these. Down below here, we're going to put another auto sweeper, but we need more metal. Should just put this on continuous for a while. But I don't want them to burn through like too much of the regular metals and stuff. Plus it produces lots of heat and things. Cryptic has a voice that rivals Markiplier and Mr. Fruit. Well, thank you. I hope. Hopefully that's a compliment. I'm assuming it is, so I'll say thank you. It's lunchtime for you, so you're watching in the future. Oh my gosh, don't tell me what happens in the future. I don't want to know. The rooms could have their own dining room with refrigerators and dumbwaiters, rail system to keep the pantry stocked. Oh my gosh. This whole system is gonna get so complex. We're gonna have like the craziest apartment system going here. If we did that, I'd have to kind of rearrange them. What I might need to do is locate all the executive rooms, shall we call them. We might have to move them all over to here. That way I could stack all 4 of them up. And theoretically, we could do something like that. It would take a couple of these auto sweepers though, so I'm not sure how well that will work. But maybe what I'll do is I'll plan to move everyone over here. Which means I'm going to need a little more space. So we're going to need to dig out even more of this stuff. which makes this fancy system I set up to collect all the junk pretty much useless, because it's not going to reach all the way over. Just wasting materials at this point. Hey, Eddie, I'm glad you enjoyed the videos. What? Those conveyor loaders can just float in the air? They can, you're right. So the idea with these is they're supposed to, they basically attach to the background. You don't have to attach them to a particular thing. And they can reach all the way around them. So if you click on it, theoretically, I'm getting polluted oxygen. There we go. This is the space that it can reach. So up, down, sideways, whatever. This is the whole area that it can cover. And it doesn't have to be, like, attached to a specific surface. It just really just, you just put it anywhere and let it reach out. And they can be used not only for picking things up, so they're like an actual sweeper, but it can also be used for delivering things. So you can have it like load your power systems. You can have it like load into, I think you can have it load the like fertilizer into the gardens and stuff. So you can kind of get like a whole system going that requires very little actual maintenance on the part of your duplicants. Let me get all this out here. Okay, so that's a pretty decent amount of stuff we got dug out there. This is going to be a fairly large expansion. When we get this converted over to oxygen, what's the pressure in here? So 1600. So if we can convert all this over to oxygen, we'll actually get a reasonable amount of oxygen out of this too. What I haven't tried doing is whether I could put... I'm not sure if I can put a door through the rail system. I should be able to. I mean, it'll pass right through a wall, so it should be good for a door, I would think. Auto sweeper in here. Again, this one's going to be a little crowded, unfortunately. But that's okay. They've already pretty much... This is like a total waste of time and energy. They've pretty much just loaded the whole thing up for me. But if nothing else, this will work as a system for delivering... delivering the slime down to our garden that we're going to produce down here for our little fungi, whatever. Third refrigerator's almost full. Oh my gosh, so much food. We better produce mushrooms because we don't have enough room. We don't have enough food already. Okay, let's let's put another ration box over here. Copy settings. I don't think I can paste those on until they actually build it. I can't get over how much food we have. That's mind-boggling. Am I going to consider playing the new game State of Decay when it comes out? I am. I actually have the Xbox Play thingamajigger. So it's going to be available like 8 days from now, I think, is when it's going to come out. So yes, I am planning to play it, but not on this channel. If I do play it and I decide to record it, I'll do it with my alternate channel, which is actually linked off of this one. It's called CrypticFox Unleashed. I only have, I think, 1,000 subscribers or something on there. So it's significantly smaller than this one, but I also don't post content on there regularly, so it doesn't get the same kind of growth. But if I play State of Decay 2, it'll be on that channel. One thing, why do they call it oxygen unincluded when you need oxygen? Because what they're saying is you need to produce the oxygen in order for your duplicants to breathe. We gotta run our Draco loose. Where? Oh, you did get out. See, here's the trouble with these whole Draco things. He's glum. He's tame, but he's glum. Oh, this one here, he regrew his scales. We didn't even have to bag this one, so it's still tamed. Now, the trouble is we're going to wrangle this one because we need to get him back in the pen. And when you wrangle them, they become wild again. You have to retame them all over again. So we're not really benefiting from, like, trying to get Draco eggs that can, like the plastic ones. Nope, look, he ate a plant. We actually caught him eating. And pooping. All right. He pooped out some phosphorite. Mealwood is too warm down here. Draco, there we go. So these idle tame groomed. So he has actually a 16% chance of laying the glossy Drecklet egg. If we could get him to lay an egg, that'd be great. Or her to lay an egg. It to lay an egg? I don't know. I'm assuming it's not male, I guess, if it's laying eggs. But the trouble is every time we have to wrangle... Oh, they stopped wrangling. Every time we have to wrangle them, it resets. They can become wild again, and then we gotta, like, try to do all that work. There has to be a way to keep the Dracos contained within the space. A normal water lock won't work, because they'll just go through it. So we kind of need to, like, come up with a system to try to keep them in place also. No Car Mechanic Simulator tonight? Nope. It's Tuesday night. I generally play Oxygen Unincluded on Tuesday nights. Have I played Battletech? No, I haven't actually. I think I might have seen that. Is that the one where you build robots, you assemble them like blocks kind of thing, and then you can go like fight each other? Your parents aren't going so great You may want to take care of that. What? My parents? You're talking about parents or my plants? If you're talking about the plants, I'm not super worried about that because we have a fair amount of food. But these are a temperature issue down here. Over time, the temperature down here is really built up. It's actually 31 degrees now, which is just outside the comfortable range for these plants. CO2 down here is getting a little on the warm side. Okay. While they're busy doing this stuff, do we have enough refined metal yet? What's going on here? Where's our refined metal? 135 kilograms again. Need more. Produce more. I really should just put that thing on autopilot for a bit. We should actually send someone down here to gather some more of these wheezeboards, too. We can start to cool the space below the plant life, and that will help a lot with temperatures that way. So, we've largely dug out the area that we want to work with over there, so we don't have to worry as much about that side of things. Dig this out. We're going to need to extend the ladder down here so we can dig these out. I'll get us 3 of them anyway. Our poor little Drecos. Their plants are all dying. They're running out of food. No, Battletech is an XCOM style mech game. Oh, that's cool. No, I haven't tried that. That's not a suspicious channel. That's my other link. Actually, that link is wrong, Ari. I don't know if that's going to link over to my channel anymore because I renamed it. I sort of rebranded the whole thing with like similar art to what I have on this channel and everything. Group of Fox is called a leash, so your non-family friendly channel is Fox that's been unfamilied. I thought a group of foxes was called a skulk. Every time Cryptic gets a voice crack, a galaxy is formed. I'm actually, it's my allergy season right now. So thank you for picking up on that. But I'm allergic to like tree pollen, so this time of year is just brutal for me. It's barely like I can talk for a long time at all. At some point, this stream's just going to devolve into me coughing, and I'll be hitting mute a lot. Who's suffocating and why? How did you get down there without a spacesuit? Andrew. Alright, and why are you up top there? Like, he climbed up, dug out the block underneath himself so he could... Alright. Red alert! Alright, get out of there. Well, at least he can breathe, but how did he get over there without a suit on? Oh, right, this is out... Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. We should probably close this off and make sure they're actually using the spacesuits, because Andrew's going to get hypothermia again. He pretty much lives for hypothermia. And you know what? We're going to open these doors, too. Open it all. We don't have a whole lot of thermal transfer going on here anyway. That sucked. Unreachable build. So we got enough water in this tank now. I can't even reach this thing. I guess I'm going to cancel it. No more ice blocks in there. Oh, we can put them in here, though. This will help cool the water. Temperature on the water is like 30-some-odd degrees. So we can actually... If we send some cooler water in here, this will probably help the tiles out, too. In furniture... Build a couple ice blocks on here. Everything will be good. It'll be fine. The moment you come to stream, and all you hear is him calling a group of foxes a skulk. I understand it. That's what they're called. I don't know. Oh, you click the link to test. It works. Okay. Well, you probably should maybe update with the new link. Because at some point, that one won't redirect to the channel anymore. I think it works for a little while afterwards, but... Love listening to this while studying. Poor Andrew. Andrew's alive. He's fine. He dug his way out. We had to put a red alert on, so everybody's going to be tired, unfortunately. And have a whole bunch of sleepy duplicants next time. Now, these guys have done a really good job of cleaning up the slime for me. And now I don't even need this fancy rail system I set up. Go me. Excellent work. But down here is where I'm planning to put our... Let's check our gases here. Yeah. Down here is where I'm going to put our fancy little garden here for mushrooms. So we'll go ahead and grab farm tile here. We're going to need doors on this, of course. Actually, let's cancel that. So it's not exactly to be symmetrical, but I want a place here to put the actual little farm station. Right there. On the plus side with this one, we don't really care that it's full of CO2 because the mushrooms like CO2, so it's perfectly fine. We can do 4 high here, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like so. We'll just keep this all open because it's all a big CO2 sink anyway, so this works out perfectly. Pneumatic doors. No, what did I do over here? What am I thinking? That's what I wanted. Cancel this. Do a little spotted tile here. I screwed up on this side also because I'm SMRT. Yeah, that's what I want. Alright. Tile on the other side. We'll get pneumatic doors in here. So that'll be our fancy mushroom farm place. Ooh, you know what? I should actually have a storage space in here too. Mushrooms need polluted water anyways. Do they still need polluted water? What do they need here? Let's see. Fungal spores. They need slime. So it's not polluted water they need, it's slime. The plants that need polluted water are up here. I was planning to plant, at the top, I was going to plant some pinch of pepper plants. And those need polluted water. But the fungal spores, they don't need water. They're looking for a certain air pressure. They want carbon dioxide. And they want slime. And a fair amount of it, too. And then also temperature in the 5 to 35 degrees Celsius range. So, ooh, that sounded like power running out. Ooh, that's not good. Insufficient resources, coal. Ruh-roh. I was not in any way paying any attention to our coal reserves, as you may have guessed. So, I guess I should take care of that. Let's build a ladder straight down here. We can just dig deep into the coal pocket that's right here. We'll get a fair amount out of this. Let's get it all. This is chlorine in here, so I'm actually not worried about digging into that. We can just go ahead and punch a hole right there. I'm gonna try and leave space here so our duplicants can still run down this side over here, though. Build it where the conveyors can slime them already. The conveyors are built. Yeah, that's my plan. So my intention is to take the slime from here, run the conveyors down over to here, and deposit it in this area. I want the CO2. My only concern is the temperature that's here. So I really should consider doing an underpinning of insulation under here to try and keep things moderately temperate. So we'll need to dig into all this. Just so we can reach it all. With hydro farms, they need polluted. Pinch peppers need heat. Yeah, that's right. Well, the pinch of pepper plants need polluted as well. Forgot about the CO2. Yeah. Yeah, so these ones we want to stay in like the 31 to 35 degree range. So, well, less than 35, I guess. So they're okay actually where they are right now, but we don't really want them to get much hotter. Which will be a bit of an issue, because this whole area down below it is on the warmer side. So I'm going to try to block it with insulation and see if that will help. I really should actually insulate right here also. Just try to block this whole bottom layer off if we can. I'm going to cancel the rail system up here because they already manually moved all the stuff, which pretty much wastes all these materials, which is fantastic. Let's just deconstruct this. They picked up all the slime in a very efficient manner. It took them longer to build all that than I thought it would. Consequently, I don't need all the rails that are here, but that's okay. I'll leave those in place because they're already built. We might actually have a use for those later if we want to try and send like some kind of automated rail system into the luxury apartment space. Not sure how we're going to handle that just yet. I'm kind of toying with ideas. He was trained by CrypticFox in mining, just don't know the order to dig. That's right. That's pretty much my problem with most of what my duplicants do. They eventually get to it all. They just don't necessarily put it in the right order. You know what would be cool? A conveyor filter so you don't need a conveyor system for different items. Well, you actually... yeah. You can tell the conveyor to take the same type of item, but I don't think you can split the conveyor and have specific items go to specific places. I should actually experiment with that and see if you can. Because you can set this up so you can have... Well, it'll take whatever. You set your sweeper to tell it what to take, and it'll put it on the rail. I just don't think you can set like a delivery system at the other end for particular things. You have to have separate rails for them all, which kind of sucks. Slime in a conveyor burps out polluted oxygen or polluted air if the conveyor is not inside a tile. Yeah. So the plan will be to take it out of here, send it down through here. How are we going to do this in a way that's not going to get a whole bunch of polluted oxygen in my colony? We got a lot of chlorine in here. Our base is chlorinated. At least it's like infection-free. This wire we might as well extend downward. We'll send it right over here. $2 super chat. I'm learning so much tonight. Thank you. Thanks again for the super chat, Polani. I really appreciate all the support. You've given me like a crazy number of super chats over the last X number of weeks. I don't know how many it is, but I really do appreciate it. Farm tile, no seed selected. I don't have to plant those just yet, so we're not worried about that. Okay, up in this space, let's see if we can start to get the air in here cleaned up a little bit. We're going to need to build some insulation. So let's try and do it. Whoop. Derpy. All right, shift key is good. Shift key wasn't good. It didn't do what I wanted. Okay. Let's build a double layer of insulation over here. Oh, come on. There we go. Double layer insulation. Finally. Maybe even this out too a little bit. We're gonna block this off. We'll get some air filters going on in here. Some little air deodorizers rather. That will convert all the gas that's in here pretty much into clean air. And it sure is stinky right now. But that's okay. Is Harry paid? No. The moderators for the channel they do it strictly on a volunteer basis because they want to help out and they want to be involved with the channel. From where do you get plastic? Well, there are two different places you can get it. You can dig your way down to oil and use the oil to convert into plastic, or you can try to treat your Drecos in a way. Oh, I got one stuck in the door, and it's the tamed one. Oh, come on, somebody let him out of the door. I don't think they'll lay eggs in there. Ah, oh, drat. That was the one that was tamed and had a good... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe this one is. Dreco wildness 2%. I'm never gonna get the Dreco eggs. So anyway, there's there's a Dreco egg you can get that when they hatch, you can shave plastic off their back instead of reed fiber. And that's what I was trying to get these Drecos to do. But getting them to stay in a room is a real problem because they just climb on every surface. It's kind of crazy, actually. We almost need like a system that's set up specifically to try to keep them contained. In the absence of that, we're going to have to wrangle this guy because he's gotten out and they're confined because they're stuck in the door, you know, naturally. And the trouble is, every time you wrangle them, they regrow their scales, so you get lots of reed fiber, but they start all over again. They go back to being wild. You got to retame them, and then it's a matter of trying to get them to the point where they've got increased rate of growing the particular scales you want. And this ceiling up here is too high. Derpy. We're gonna have a lot of ladders to break here later, but that's okay. It's fine. Should be fine. I don't know if we'll be able to reach this corner up here, but... What if you put the doors up too high so dupes climb in the Dreco room? But the trouble is the Drecos can go on every surface. So they go on the ceiling, they go on the walls. That's how they end up getting out the door all the time. They just climb up and over everything. What I should check and see is if the Drecos will go into water. I haven't experimented with that. I wonder if they'll specifically avoid going into water so they don't drown. In which case, it might be best to do like a water entrance, but then the only trouble is your duplicants will constantly be soggy, which isn't good for stress. Too bad I can't use the auto sweeper to keep yanking the Dreco back in there. I know, right? Probably, even if it did work though, it'd probably just make them wild over and over again. Non-stick walls or something, that would be handy. Or like if they avoided like metal tile or something, so you could put something in there that they're just averse to traveling on, so they won't touch it. That'd be really handy. I need to get some priority up here. I need to focus on this. And this, and these, and that. And this stuff, I guess. And this over here. And this stuff. Actually, I'm gonna do. Let's do a single layer for now, so we can actually get them to dig this out. Otherwise, they won't reach behind to actually do the stuff I want. Ooh, that was weird lag. Double door. I mean, they get stuck in the door though. So again, I'm not sure. I mean, we had one that was stuck right in there. I don't know. I'm gonna need to play around with it a little bit. Dreco trials. Yeah. So like something they're just averse to. Like if they made the Dreco so they don't want to climb a metal tile, for example, and then you could put metal tile by the door and on the wall here, and they wouldn't go out the door. But I'm not exactly sure how they would manage that. Nevertheless, hopefully they'll come up with something, because that would be really handy. How am I going to keep slime from stinking up the joint down here? I could put a receptacle here. I don't know if this is going to work. If we send the slime down here, it's going to be releasing polluted oxygen in the space. I can get it down to here fine without any issues, but as soon as I cross over and get into this area where I've got all my fancy mesh tile and stuff, suddenly we got problems. And I can't just clean the oxygen because we want the mushrooms to sit in a carbon dioxide environment. I might actually have to just go the lazy route and have them take the slime manually. Which I don't really want to do. I feel like it doesn't cater to my laziness. I don't like this. I want it to be automated. Mind you, the CO2 will filter down below, so I guess, you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna let the polluted oxygen happen because it doesn't matter. The CO2 is gonna sit below it. The polluted oxygen will go up. We'll scrub it or do whatever we want to do with it. It's fine. I'm going to go the lazy route. I insist. It's a must-have for me. Okay, so we're gonna need down here 2 of these auto sweepers. Ooh, actually. One there, one over here. At the bottom end of, we're going to have, again, another one of these receptacles. Direction doesn't matter, so we'll just put it this way. Yeah, you know what, I can keep most of this contained if I really wanted to. We can convert this to actual regular tile. It'll be fine. Go this way. There's gonna be little gaps and stuff where it's gonna come out, but that's alright. And we'll connect it up to here. This will need power naturally, because everything does whenever I want to do something interesting. How's our power grid here? Hold on. I'm not even sure what the power grid's drawing here. Circuit status, maximum 2420. That's a fair amount. Now granted, there's not really that much on there, so it's only ever gonna draw that power periodically. But that is a bit of a challenge. I've got a lot stuck on the grid down here. Again, it's gonna be the same thing with these. They're not gonna use them all the time. It's only gonna be periodic. But theoretically, this could tap out our power system, so I gotta be careful with that. For the Drecos, maybe use a water door and have the path to them around that, so the dupes use the exosuit, therefore not getting wet and keeping them in. Yeah, I want to experiment and see if they'll avoid water. I don't know if they will or not. If they'll avoid the water, that might be the way to keep them in. I just don't know if that's the case or not. Little pufflet prints out there. That's the evil guy that stunk up our colony the one time. Germs everywhere. Actually, this whole power line down here is its own separate grid. Why am I tapping into this power? Well, I can tap into the power grid I already started down here that won't overload. It's kind of a lot of extra wire, but whatever. That'll work. Poleni, $2 super chat. Try building a ladder where the algae thing for Drek. I'm confused. I mean, the tricky part with accessing... Oh, like down here, you mean? Like up here? Well, we need this to be a closed room because we want it to be a ranch. So I guess I need a space that's wide enough I could put a double door in. I could move this door over and move this door over and create the space I need there. But they'll actually go around the end of a tile and like onto the roof again. So I'm gonna really have to experiment with that. Like keeping those guys contained is really a problem. Slippery little devils. Okay, this is all taking infinitely too long. Let's just somebody get out here and do all this. Oh, there they are. We did build another suit up here. Yeah, we did. So we have room for another bay down here. That's going to need another station, I believe. Yeah, there's an exosuit dock. We'll put that in place right here. This will have to be connected up to the ventilation, of course, which we have exclusively set up there. I don't need a wire bridge. I need a regular wire that can connect to here. Let's connect that too. And then ultimately I can break this off. Wait a minute. Where do I have the wire connected here? I'll break the wire here when they finish building this wire. And that way I'll have these things on that separate power line, and I don't have to worry about them overloading the system too. Your plan's flawed. Enjoy the coffee anyways. Thanks, Polani. Thought a non-functional ladder would fence them in away from the door. Yeah, no, they'll climb around the ends of blocks, I think. It might be worth experimenting with just to see if they'll do that, but I'm pretty sure they'll loop all the way around because they're a little bit crazy that way. You know what? This is, I'm going to experiment with that. Let's destroy. We'll deconstruct this, and we'll deconstruct this, and we're just going to leave an opening there and see what the Drecos do with it. I think they'll go around the end of the block and into the next area. If they don't, then we might have a solution. If they do, then we're no worse off than we were. Actually, this is probably a bad example because they can go down the door and out the bottom. I wish there was another open spot here I could test with. We might have to wrangle these guys a few times to get this to work. Oop, these things are working, but they're not loaded. Priority. I'll make sure we put sand in those, otherwise they're not going to do anything to clean up the air for us. Deconstruct the algae thing, put a ladder the length of the door right in front of the door on the Dreco side. Well, they'll just pass like right through the door, or right through the ladder though, I think. Hey, I'm annoying fairy. Listen, some folks keep saying a pneumatic door will work on the Drecos. A pneumatic door? Why would a pneumatic door work differently? Oh, because, I mean, here's the... Oh, actually. I don't know why that would work. Why would they just not get caught in the door the same way? See, they got out already. Oh, and he got all the way into here. Really? All right, let's wrangle this dude. This one's he's on a race. Yeah, see, they go right around the end of the block. So unfortunately, that didn't work. I fail to see why a pneumatic door would be any different than the other type of door. It's the only door type that's broken. The manual and mesh is fine. Oh, really? So the mechanized airlock is just currently an issue in terms of the way they have it set up. Actually, this guy doesn't even need to be wrangled anymore. Thank you. Cancel wrangle. It's nice of him to walk back in. Where's the one? Oh, there he is. Wow, look how far he got. Come on, Spiffy. Get him back in the room. The reason I had gone with... oh, really? Come on, you guy. Get in the room. Wrangle him. They're sneaky, these guys. Like, they're in and out like that. Constantly on the run. Priority 8. Let's get this finished. All right, we'll try the pneumatic door and see if they're better about that. The trouble is, like, if the door is open, they can still go through it, but... It doesn't make sense, no, but it works. Okay. Good deal. If they'll stay away from the pneumatic door, then I'm good with that. Seems we're going to colony to keep the Drex inside. That's a plus. Place the pneumatic door inside Drek room, beside the normal door. Drex might crawl over. Well, let's see what happens with this pneumatic door here, just the way it is now. I still haven't loaded sand in this thing. I feel like we need more duplicants. They're not doing enough work, and we're losing calories too. Oh, you know what? It's because we haven't been farming as much. Some of our plant life is not doing super swell. We're getting a fair amount of CO2 here too, so I think I'm going to need to turn the scrubber back on for a little bit. Clean up this bottom portion. Did we leave the piping intact? I don't remember. We did. Alright, so we can enable this. Actually, we ran out of water. That's what the problem is over here. We ain't got no water. Oh, look at this poor little fish. Just flopping around. I don't know if they'll die like that, but... Let's set this for Paku eggs and see what happens. Will they pick up the Paku egg even though there's no floor there? And if so, that's awesome, because they'll just stick it in there and immediately fall in, I think. Oh, perfect. I thought I had to, like, build and deconstruct the floor all the time, but I guess not. Paku egg goes in and didn't fall. Oh, there's a tropical one in there. Ooh, he hatched right away, too. Hooray! Okay, so we have Paku egg. So we've got a tropical Paku in here. We have a regular Paku now. That was pretty cool. And the poor floppy guy over here, which we can't really do anything about. I guess we could kill him and take the meat, but I don't want to be cruel. Let's send our pipe over here. Get some more of this lovely polluted water here. I guess the pump down in this bottom level would be best. We'll dig out this out here. Liquid pump down in this corner. We'll connect our liquid pipe to it. And of course we need power. Because, again, can't get enough power. There we go. Alright, they'll get to that whenever they get to it. It's not really a pressing concern because we have a fair amount of water in here. Except that I wanted to use my pump here. Alright, I'm gonna have them increase their. I'm gonna increase the priority on that just a little bit because I want them to get that done for me. This here is still not done either. Good lord, it's like work. Dan with a plan needs to be a dupe. I'm giving him one of the insurance he bought. Ah, the insurance. Good old tribe insurance. Volunteers tribute. Draco just walked through the pneumatic door, did they? Oh, it was on the pneumatic door when it opened and closed. It seemed okay. Let's try to keep an eye on it. I mean, they walk on it. Let's see if they'll go through it still. Please put the Paku out of its misery. Is it still flopping there? It is. Poor little Paku. Alright, we'll attack the Paku. Poor little guy. I feel bad for him now. I'm helping him get rid of him because I make him not suffer. It'll also give us some extra meat. I mean, not that we really need a ton of food right now, but... Farmer's touch. Hashtag import new sacrificial dupes. I need space to put them first. That's what this is for. I'm trying to build a space that we can work with, that we can expand the size of the colony, so they have living quarters. I mean, this is where the fancy living quarters will be. This will be like the posh section of the area. The country club will be over here somewhere. But this is where the rich dupes live, and then there'll be like crammed in spaces for all the others over here. What about blocks and empty space for them to crawl around? You mean like if you could get them stuck on a block in empty space, then the trouble was they wouldn't be able to eat. You couldn't groom them or clean them. You know what? You're right. That's the perfect solution. That's so easy. Oh my gosh. How did I never do that before? Okay, so the way to keep the Drecos safe is get them on a central island and have a 1-block gap on either end. The Drecos don't jump. As long as the entire thing is inside of your little ranch thing, they'll go around it on the top and the bottom surface, but they'll never be able to leave. That's the perfect solution. Good solution. Awesome. How useful is a Twitter account for a YouTuber? Well, my Twitter account only has something like 400 and some odd followers, so my Twitter account not hugely useful. However, I would say that in general, other social media platforms are definitely very useful. It is good to have a Twitter account. It is good to have like Facebook. I probably should have an Instagram, but I just don't have the time to manage it. So we should have an Instagram as well for a couple of different reasons. Not only is it another way to interact with people who follow your channel, which is great, but also when you start to negotiate, like if you get to the point where you're actually negotiating with people who want to like sponsor videos and do partnerships and that kind of stuff, they're going to look at your total influence and your total reach. So if you have a channel that has tens of thousands of or hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and then you have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people that follow you on those other social platforms, that extends your reach and it makes you that much more of a valuable asset for them. So I would say that other social media platforms are definitely useful. I have not done an exceptionally good job of building mine, but I'm also not at the point where I have people coming to me with sponsorship deals. How do you super chat? There should be a $sign at the bottom of the chat there. If you click on that, it will... it should give you the option to super chat. If you're on a mobile device, I think that's the only time it might be an issue. And I totally mucked up my build priority down here again, because that's what I do. That's what I do. I gotta deconstruct this so they can build that. And then I need to set sub-priority 6 on the stuff that's here and 5 on the stuff that's underneath. So that they'll actually, you know what? Let's just do the same thing I did with the wall in there. We'll plan for them just to dig this out. That way I don't have to muck around with the build priority order stuff. Messy, messy, messy. Need 2 block back. They can jump across singles. Can they? But the duplicants can't jump across a 2 block gap though. I guess you could open and close a door. That would work. So if you had like a door that acted as a bridge across the gap, I'll have to experiment with it. I'll play around with it a bit and see what ends up being a good solution. You super chat from your cell phone? Oh, okay, great. I'm not sure if I thought at one point iPhones couldn't do it, but I don't know. Maybe they fixed that. I've never seen those I've never seen these guys jump across a gap. I thought they always stayed on a surface. Huh. I really want to figure this out now. Cancel this. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see if we can get them to stay on this little central island and never leave. Unless, I mean, it might need a 2 block gap here though. Like if they're upside down on this surface, will they just naturally switch to that one? That could be a problem. We'll experiment though. We'll see what happens. Durgan, $5 super chat. Sign you up for the country club with private aquarium. Thanks. Need more friend dupes as well. Soon? More friends? Oh, Durgan. Thank you so much for the super chat. We'll try to get that arranged. Like I said, I need this space here to be sort of cleaned up. I mean, we are getting clean oxygen in here now. These things are doing a good job of scrubbing. I probably should do another one. Triple down. Put it down here at the bottom. It's a lot to clean up in here. I mean, we've got like 2 kilograms worth of gases in here that need cleaning. So it's going to take a little bit for this to get all... It's kind of terraformed sort of thing. Once we have that terraformed, then we can kind of open stuff up. And I think we might even make the entrance like right here at the dining hall, so they can go like from the dining hall into this space. Fish tank, I don't know what we'll do about that, Durgan. I mean, we can have an enclosed fish tank, but the fish they seem to have a lifespan now, so they're not going to live forever. Like these ones over here, they're being fed, so they'll be okay. They'll live for a while. They might even lay some eggs, but then they die off. So I'm not sure how we'll handle that. If we get too many of them there, they get unhappy. They stop laying eggs, then they all die at the same time. That's what happened with the fish tank before. Sorry, I thought you meant 1 block. They will use an open door to cross, though. I use a trick to make a lower farm room. Oh, yes. Draco Island idea. Farm tiles except normal tiles beneath the grooming and shearing stations. Yeah, so I have that here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break the block here. I'll break the block over here, and we'll see if we can get them to stay on this little island here. But I'm not sure if they'll transfer to this bottom space. If they do, they'll end up on the outside of the room again, which would be a problem. But we'll just experiment and see what happens. There's no harm in doing it. I mean, we only have 2 Drecos. But if that ends up being a good solution, that might work really well. Let's check the room size, though. How many tiles? 84 tiles currently. Max size is 96. If I expand down here, I might actually go over the max tile size. We'll have to see. What about slime lung? Yeah, so up here, slime lung dies off in oxygen. So there's actually a fair amount of slime lung in this space at the moment. So we have 2 options. So at the moment, I'm converting the polluted oxygen in this space into clean oxygen. As long as there's no slime sitting in this room, then we won't end up with polluted oxygen production. We do have a little bit there, so they're cleaning up the slime here still. If they have all the slime picked up, we won't get any more production in here, and that will stop the germ production as well. So if we can convert this into clean oxygen in this space, the germs will die off in the clean air and we'll be fine. Germ overlay. Yeah. So we do have, there are definitely a fair amount of germs in the air up here, in the thousands. So we have lots to do to clean that up. And we'll end up sealing this off down here too. Actually, I want to deconstruct this door. We'll throw a manual airlock in here. Once they break that ladder, we'll throw a manual airlock. Actually, is that going to break the ladder? Yeah. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't breaking the wire instead. Which I haven't started to build yet, so I guess that wouldn't happen. Duh. There we go. Alright, throw a door in there so we get that as an isolated space. This will take a lot longer than I thought it would. To be entirely honest with you, I thought we would have this, like, pretty much built already. Even this is going slow. Did we are or out of refined metal again, aren't we? Kevin Ivers, $35 super chat. Love your Oni stream. Next dupe, name them Kev. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm glad you enjoy the streams, and I really appreciate the support. You know what? Let's just bring some duplicants in. I'll turn the door. Let's turn this on. It's going to take a little while. They may not have the best living conditions initially because we just aren't going to have enough space for bedrooms for them. Let's enable the building. We'll bring in a couple of duplicants. The one thing I have to be cautious of is the oxygen. Oh, we have stress rising here. Spiffy. Spiffy is not feeling very spiffy. He's spending too much. Where is this? Spiffy down here? That's Nelly. Where is Spiffy? Spiffy, where are you, man? Oh, he's fine. He's on a massage table. So is Andrew. I've been putting them in the worst of conditions, so I guess it's only to be expected that over time they're going to end up developing a certain amount of stress. A certain amount, anyway. Hey, Monica. But then you need the critter thing on the island. Well, that's my intention. So my idea here is to block this off. Somebody's going to seal their head in here. Just you wait. We want to get them on this island and then break the blocks at the end and see what happens. This may work, it may not work. We'll find out. Such a messy, messy base. That's right, Jack. This is the perfect OCD base. It's designed specifically to drive you insane. I knew you'd show up, so we planned it ahead of time. So when is the first person shooter up to coming? You run around with little duplicants in your base with the little guns. Boo, boo, boo. Wiring damage to my docking station. Uh-oh. Error. Is it wiring damage or is it just not connected? I don't think they built the wire there. I don't think it's any damage there. I think it's just they just haven't built it yet. They're a little slow on the build side. I think if you move the left wall of the bunk room, you can fit one more bed. Yeah, hold on. Let's check our space here. We might actually be able to just put one right, like. How many tiles is this? This is room size 48 tiles. Oh yeah, we definitely can. This is gonna be a problem up here though, because it's gotta be sealed room. Let's see what happens. Let's deconstruct this stuff. We gotta make room. Make room for a bed. This is going well. It's gradually converting. We're getting like striated layers though. So we've got like oxygen, polluted oxygen, clean oxygen, more polluted oxygen. It's going to take a while for that to convert, unfortunately. Cryptic calling something the worst of conditions in one of his colonies. Now that's awful. No, no. Yes, okay, yes. No, this isn't the worst, though. I mean, we've had much worse than this, I think. I want to enable this. Ooh, what do we got going on here? Oh, right, I was telling the plumber to empty that. They never got around to it. Mark for empty. Okay, I was like, man, I thought that was like an error code or something there, but it's not. It's just pipes that I told them to empty, but they haven't done it yet. All right, that'll clean up some of the CO2 because we are getting a little bit backed up here. I don't mind having it down below because we kind of need it. Except in here, things are not looking too pretty. We've got a lot of hydrogen in here. Chlorine, carbon dioxide. Just a wonderful mix of everything in there. What's this game about? This is a colony management game. Basically, you have these 3 little duplicant guys that you start off the game with inside of some unknown asteroid or unknown planet. You have to dig out space for them to live, build all the stuff that you're going to need, and do research to learn how to make other things. And then there's all kinds of these complex systems to try to manage things like the food that's available and the gases they can breathe and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's actually a fairly deep game. They've added a lot to it over the course of the development through the last year since they had initially released it as like a closed alpha. And it's still in development, so there's still updates coming roughly every 6 to 8 weeks. But it's probably my favorite game right now. I've spent a lot of time playing this game. It's like my addiction. Tracker room's ready to make an island. Oh, perfect. Okay, so let's deconstruct this. Let's start at one end. Hold on. Let me set that as a priority 9 if we can. Wait. I don't think that works. Oh, it did. Okay, good. Let's deconstruct this set as a priority 9. No, don't go to bed. Don't go to bed. Ah. Oh, look at that. It might work. Oh, they do jump. Oh. All right. Well, that fixes that problem. Clearly, that's not gonna work. Now I've got to Draco this underneath the floor. That I have to try to get them out of the floor. And I made the room too big, so now we don't. Okay, this is just. It's going great now. All right. Well, so much for that idea. It didn't work. They were able to jump down 2 blocks. So maybe if we can create a situation, I'm gonna experiment in debug mode so I can play around with it a bit. But I think we can still create an island situation that they won't jump down from. I think that'll be the ultimate solution I'm going to have to go with. It will mean the room will have to be smaller. We won't have as much food planted in here, but they actually have more than they need in here anyway, I think. I've never seen them jump before, like ever. That was cool. And also really irritating. Darn those Dracos. It's like they've got some kind of like Mission Impossible thing going on. They're just determined to foil me. Okay, I think I need to spread these out a little bit. I'm not getting enough polluted oxygen at these things. We can build another one over here, I guess. Trying to stick it like right in the middle of this oxygen, or polluted oxygen here rather. Subpriority 7. So if they build that out. Don't forget the bunk room. Oh yes, what do we got going on in here? Let's check the room overlay. Okay, so this space is definitely too big now. Which does create a challenge. So this massage table can't stay up there if we're gonna do that. I can actually get rid of this too. We don't really need this here. I don't feel like we really need this here anymore either, because we've done a lot to control our temperatures. Ooh, 14 degrees. Yeah, this can go. Let's uproot this. We'll deconstruct this. We'll deconstruct this ladder. Deconstruct that. And then once this is broken, we'll be able to put a door in there sideways, and that should do fine for fixing this. Fixing the space size there. Size of the space, whatever. That'll give us room to put in another bed. Ooh, 2 beds, actually, if we move our ladder. Deconstruct. Ooh, did I break the wires in there? I think I did. Oh, there was no wire. Okay, good. Did I break the plumbing? No. Okay, good. For some reason, I thought I had done, like, deconstruct all on that thing, but I guess I didn't. Deconstruct buildings. We'll get rid of this ladder here. We'll build the other ladder. That'll give us room for another bed. It's going to be an awfully big bunkhouse. It's... Ooh. Oh, they haven't built that yet. Okay, so if they build this, I think it'll have the right size. I don't know. This might be a touch too big now. In which case, I might have to just muck with a whole bunch of stuff. And I just stranded Spiffy in the luxury room. Spiffy, you're stuck up top, buddy. Until we build that ladder. Let's get a ladder in here. You've arrived. Where's your dupe souls? Angel Darkness. We haven't had any duplicants die in this colony yet. We've been pretty lucky that way. I mean, now that we're all set up with like food and, for the most part, oxygen. Ooh, power. Be careful of that coal situation. Careful with the coal. I switched over to coal power a while ago. And then just sort of forgot about it because we had so much coal, but now I gotta be a little careful. Room's full to the brim, but no escape yet. Oop, this is working over here now, so that's good. It's cleaning up some more of the polluted oxygen. This is cleaning up the bottom. How's our germ situation? Still ugly. It's gonna take a while. Like, this polluted oxygen needs to go away so we can... What the... What are you fighting, Spiffy? Oh my gosh. How long ago did we tell him to get rid of that hatch? He finally got around to doing it. That's ridiculous. Alright, whatever. At least the job's done. How are these guys now? Glum. And Glum. A tame tiny baby. He's happy though. Oh, oh, look. We got more sage hatchlings. So there's the one sage hatch that's big, and they have a baby one now. I didn't even realize it laid eggs. We were paying attention to all kinds of other things. I'm not looking at that anymore. Let's do another deoxidizer up here. Or deodorizer, rather. Make sure to move the wall over one by one to keep the rec room for the massage table. Yeah, so I need to take a look here and see what this room space is like. Ah, it's too big. 76 tiles, but we need to keep it at 64. 64 tiles. Oh, boy. So we go 16 tiles wide, basically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16. This ladder is a problem. I'm not sure how else to give them access to this upper space, just because of the way we built it. I mean, I could break into the end, but then they have to go through the bathroom, somebody's bedroom, through the massage room, into the other bedroom. That's just craziness. So what I'll do instead is let's deconstruct this picture, and we'll build our pneumatic door right here. So we managed to fit one more bed that's actually going to be in the living quarter area, and then we'll just put mesh towel here to finish that off. Just move the door. Well, I was trying to get I thought I could get enough to get 2 beds in here, but it's just not going to work. The sizing just isn't right. This is cleaning up nice. We get lots of clean air in here. Lots of germs too, but they should die off. As long as there isn't like a source of germs here anywhere. Okay, seeds I'm not worried about at the moment. Let's go ahead and plant all these. I might as well. So we don't have to worry about that. How's our power system? Oh, we have a little bit built. They built some of the stuff for me. Okay, now we just need them to finish off down here. So priority 7. Let's finish this off. Finish all this. All this fancy stuff. There we go. Again, it's not even like we really even need the mushroom farm. I just want to make it. Just a bunch of new critters that lay different eggs based on what it eats. Yeah, so there's all kinds of... I mean, they added... The ranching stuff was largely focused on the critter side of things, right? Oh, there we go. We got a new duplicate coming in. This one's going to be Kev. Thank you again for the super chat, Kev. All right, so we have a Turner who's biohazardous, low immunity, loud sleeper, or a bottomless stomach. Well, I mean, the bottomless stomach's not really a problem right now because we have silly amounts of food. But do we need any of the other skills he has? Not so much. I mean, I feel like the biohazardous Turner is the one to go with. Even though he has a lower regeneration rate for his health there, it's not really that big of a deal. So let's name this one Kev. Welcome to the colony, Kev. Rent. We've already got a bed in place for you, which is good. And we'll throw some little tile in here. And I'm going to not put enough pieces of tile, because why would I want to do it right? There we go. Finish that off. We'll have a finished living quarter area. How's our general temperature in here? Looking good. Man. This top part here, we evened this out really nicely with this air conditioning setup. And then also insulating that piping so it stopped producing as much heat was a big win. The middle part of the colony and the bottom part is where things are a little on the toasty side. This water's too warm, so when we pump that up here, unfortunately we're heating up this space, and then all of our bristle blossoms stopped growing. But they're not really in a big rush to do this ice block thing either, because I've got them focused on other priorities to try to build other living spaces and stuff. So we kind of need more duplicants. Actually, we should go into the jobs board and give Kev a job. What kind of stuff does he like? Apprentice architect, farmhand. Ooh, look at that. He's got 5 skill in farming. That's not bad. However, we're gonna make you a gopher and work on that strength ability and carrying stuff around thingy. Get that built up. That's a good skill to have. Make you more efficient as a duplicant all around. In theory. So much to do. Gosh darn it, Fox, put a door in the top of the room entrance. Huh? What are you talking about? I'm confused about what you mean. Alright, we got our bedroom overlay back, so that's good. Recreation room. Oh, wait. Was that separated as a recreation room before? I don't think it was. No industrial machinery. So because we had the oxygen production in that room, we actually didn't have a recreational room, and now we do. So that we get a stress relief bonus when they go in there now. And this one here, if I deconstruct this, because we don't even use this pump, I put that in there initially when we were going to try and do a recirculating system. I can destroy this, put 2 paintings in. We'll get a stress relief bonus in both of these rooms, which would be good. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Kev. And welcome to the colony. Now again, as I always say, my colonists do have a tendency to die on occasion, so there's no guarantee of survival at any point anyone enters my colony. Sometimes the most random of accidents happen, and things don't end up going well. Instead of coming in the bedrooms from the bottom, make them go from the top. Well, if I go in from the top, at the present I have it blocked off from the heat that's up here, so if you look at the difference in temperature, they're nice and comfortable in here, and it's a little warm and toasty up here. So if I make an opening there, the heat's going to come through. And also, if we look in the gas overlay... Actually, it's all oxygenated up there. How do we have so much oxygen? It's so crazy. We have this one little electrolyzer running, producing oxygen for the colony. And we've got... It's like having an infinite supply. I can't believe this one is producing enough for all that. Yeah, I got what Durgan meant, but coming in from the top has issues with heat. I don't really want to go that route. We just got the temperature under control for the living space. Don't forget to rotate the non-machine jobs around so they can get more skills. Miners, architects, supply, and go for it. Yeah, I really should do that. So what else have we got people doing right now? So Andrew's mining. I should have someone else working on mining too. Harpreet's already maxed out an electrical engineer, so let's unassign him from this job, and we'll get him working on mining, so we have some more people that can do mining stuff. Not qualified for the miner position. Relevant skills digging 2. Capable of performing dig jobs. Master the... Okay, did he already master the... Harpreet, not qualified for the miner position. Mastery of the apprentice miner. That was weird. Did I accidentally click on the regular mining in the first place? I guess I must have. Alright, whatever. It's fine. Mechatronics engineer, we don't need him up here anymore either. Magnus can go out of there. We'll put them into a general engineer position. Oh, no, wait a minute. They've already gotten that if they got the mechatronics engineer, so that's not useful. What about groundskeeping? We'll take our mechatronics engineer and put them on groundskeeping. Exosuit engineer, courier. Where is he? Magnus. There we go. Good enough for now. Watch, I got 2 times speed now. Might not catch up before the end of the stream. Cryptic sounds really energetic. Yeah, double the speed. I guess I would, right? I'd almost sound frantic. Germs are declining in here now, so that's good. Sort of. They still reproduce, but if we can get the rest of this polluted oxygen clean up, that will go a long way. Then we can get rid of all these little deodorizers in here. But this is all nice clean oxygen down here at the bottom. Oh, a little pocket of polluted in there, maybe. Maybe not. Clean oxygen all through here. We just have this one little ribbon of polluted. If we can get rid of that, I think the germs will really start to dry up fast. You got spare noob souls. Can you have any? No, you can't have any. Always trying to eat the souls of my poor duplicants. I'm not even sure they have souls. They're like clones or something. How's our grid doing? Ooh, power grid's done. Okay, so good. We can break this wire now, so we don't overload things. So now we have a separate grid specifically for here. I gotta remember to build a tile here too, if we can get this guy out of here. Priority 9. If we can build this fast enough, hopefully he won't get a chance to run back in there. Somebody run and build that tile fast. Go, 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 go. Perfect. Okay, good. We have all that. How's our room space now? Okay, we restored the ranch. We don't need any of this tile under here. This can all go. That was a failed attempt. My rancher can be upgraded. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's necessarily a benefit to it, but we can. Make an LED into the seasoned rancher instead. Clones have souls, just broken. Oh my goodness. Bedrooms are max 8 bunks wide, 4 tall. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I don't know. We're at 56 tiles. It's 64 right now, so we do have space for more. Yeah. My problem was that if I put a wall over here, then I didn't have an access point to get into here. I guess I could put the ladder. No, I can't actually. With the bunks there, I wouldn't be able to put a ladder. So I could do it, but I'm not gonna bother. It's just too much of a pain to get them in and out of that space. I mean, in the end, I plan to move these ones over here anyway. Build them some fancy accommodations in the luxury quarters over here. Just caught up. Oh no, he's speaking really slowly and it sounded normal. Speaking really slowly. Where am I getting electrolyzer water from? From down here. So I have this pool of water that's being pumped in a straight line up to our electrolyzer up here. The electrolyzer is producing, obviously, hydrogen and oxygen. The oxygen is then leaving the room and going through a pipe into this separate room over here. And in this room, we have a bunch of our fancy little wheezeworts. And the wheezeworts are in here controlling the temperature. So it comes out of here through the pipe and it's at 38.7 degrees Celsius. It snakes through this space in here to cool off. And when it comes out, it's at 22.4 degrees Celsius, which is pretty much the ideal temperature to keep things temperate. So that's gone a long way to help maintain good temperature conditions in here. It's not really helping so much over here because things are just warm in general. I need to insulate on this side to fix the temperature there. And obviously the temperature down below is not good either because we have heat from the water we've been pumping out of the bottom here, which is pretty hot. And there's some work we have to do to control the temperature here. But at least in the living quarters, we have a nice temperate condition. This will have to be fixed at some point because our kilocalories are going to continue to decline. Even though we are growing some shrooms down here. Which I guess isn't so bad. Take the door between the two rec rooms out. This one, I just have one big rec room? But I'd still have the issue of them like having to climb up there. I'd have to move this one over one. Shrinking Durgan's living quarters to put a ladder here, but then I couldn't because the table's there. I don't know. It's kind of messy. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Well, worst case scenario, I could put a bed in another weird place, like down here or something. They won't get the stress benefit, but ultimately we're going to move things around anyway, so it's not going to be a permanent situation. How's our germs in here now? 7,000. Okay, the germs are dropping now at a pretty good clip, so that's nice. A little more cleaning up of the polluted oxygen here, and we'll be in pretty good shape germ-wise in here. It'll be good. Mess table for Kevin. You are right. Kev, you need a mess table. Let's build you one. Furniture mess table. You can get the one closest to the fridges, so you can actually get your hands on the food faster. At some point, we're going to need a more sophisticated bathroom, too. These guys have the nice luxury bathrooms, but this one here, like the outhouses at some point are not going to cut it. One day, death is going to come and take one of your colonists and drag them somewhere else, and they're going to be dead. Yep, that's what's going to happen. It probably will happen to a bunch of them at once, actually. Oxygen layout? We got a fair amount of oxygen. Honestly, I'm really surprised this one little room is keeping up enough oxygen to keep the whole place oxygenated. That just blows my mind. One-time speed? I sound sleepy. That's right, Kev. You can actually sit in your seat and reach the fridge from where you're sitting. That's like the ideal situation. Now you just need like a big screen TV and a beer fridge and you'll be all set. Oh man, we've reached the point in the stream where we're going to start coughing. Oh, so close. Just a little bit more cleaning in here. And a lot more germ death. Like a serious amount more germ death. Oh, we have a lot of germs up there still. There's polluted oxygen up here, though. Let's do one more up here. Where's my... Here we go. One more deodorizer. Give me the deodorizers. They did this is nice. If I can just get rid of the germs in here, this will be a really nice big open space. And we have another duplicant. Choose a duplicant. All right. Who wants to join the colony? Let me see here. Aaron Goff. Is Aaron Goff or Aaron Jeff? I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but let's bring Aaron in. So thank you again for the super chat earlier in the stream, Aaron. I'm going to bring the duplicant named after you. And if he dies, then I'm really sorry. I'm just, that's how it is. All right, this duplicant won't perform care, but I do like the rest of their traits. Narcoleptic, irritable bowel. Well, all right. Otto's got the lowest number of negative traits. So let's bring this as Aaron. Thank you very much. Welcome to the colony. Again, no assurances of survival in this colony, but welcome anyway. You don't have the best sleeping accommodations just now. And we don't have room for mess table. Well, actually, we can put one more mess table there. So if we go to furniture, we can put one more mess table in the end. Man, the dining room's crowded now. What we will do, though, is give you a bed down here by the printing pod, and the light there gives it a good decor factor. So if we look at the decor, it'll be nice there. You're not going to get a special de-stress situation until we can rearrange the sleeping quarters a bit. But you'll be in the center of the action, and just in case you happen to be a hypochondriac, you'll be close to the apothecary as well, so you can very quickly get yourself some little self-medication. It's like over-the-counter kind of stuff. Oh, nice. This cleaned up the polluted oxygen that was there. We just have that one little pocket left, I think. Oh, and some at the top. A little bit up here. If I can get that taken care of, our germ situation should get to be really, really good. Down to 5,000 germs. Okay, they're dying off well. Soon! Soon, please let it be the case. Or we can actually get these rooms built out tonight. I might have to go a little bit past midnight tonight to get this finished, because I want to get the rooms built out here. I don't know if they're going to have the bathrooms and everything installed just yet. I have to also consider where am I going to put the bathrooms. Should I put them on this wall? But I need the access point, so I guess I can't really do that. I'm going to have to put the bathrooms on this side. Which is not ideal. Huh. Yeah, I might go overtime, Poleni. I want to get this finished in here. I feel like this is taking so long. Let's deconstruct these. Start to get the room prepped here. If we can get this going. If we can get this ready in here. Oh, come on, load in some sand. Tell me you're bringing sand. Oh, no, you're finishing the corner. Okay, that works too. That'll keep some of the germs out, because there were some that were kind of growing in that space. There we go. Now we have sand. Perfect. Okay. All this space is oxygen now, so I don't have to worry about ladders anymore. I can just go ahead and build tile all through here. So we've got enough here for like four rooms pretty much. Now my only concern is that the CO2 is going to have to fall towards the bottom. And if it does, we might end up with a situation where we've got, like, CO2 in the bedroom at the bottom space. So maybe what I'll do initially is I'll focus on 2 rooms at the top. We'll keep the 2 rooms up top over here, and then I'll look later on to move them over here. I'll probably end up digging the space out at the bottom in order to create room for the CO2 to fall through, but that's going to take a little bit of work because we've got some kind of nastiness going on down there. How's our rail system here? Exosuit dock. This is ready to be delivered with another exosuit, which is up top. How's our rail? Show me our rail. Our rail is empty. Because I have the wrong piece here. This isn't what I want. I need to deconstruct this. We need, instead of delivering there, I want to actually have the input here. I tried to scroll the screen again. It's so hard when you're watching somebody else play, right? How long have I been playing? In total, in general, or just tonight? And tonight we started at 10 p.m. Eastern time, so it's been about an hour and 40 minutes. In total, I don't know, hundreds of hours. Okay, we want a conveyor loader in here. That's what we wanted. Let's do this at a priority 7. Let's get this thing built. I want that built. Now, it should take the slime and load it directly into the farm tiles for me as needed, I think. I know we'll do it with storage things, so I should think it would actually do the fertilizing too. Am I double insulating the new bedrooms? Oh yeah, I was going to do a double insulation down this wall. I may not even bother. Yeah. I mean, it's warm out here, but it's not crazy warm. If it was super hot, I think I would, but I don't think I'm going to bother. I think I'll just keep them as they is. As they is. I are good English. Good lord. We do need to actually work on cooling the space in here a little bit, though. So it probably wouldn't hurt to work on that a little bit while I'm waiting for other things to happen. So if we just throw in a couple flower pots. Get some weezeworts going in here. Try to cool things down a tiny bit. What am I going to use that room for? This over here? We're going to do some luxury suites in here. We have our fancy apartments. Some people did some super chats and asked for some big space. Durgan started the ball down the hill. She asked for like a supersized room and things, and then we ended up with another one over here. Now we have 2 more that I have to build, so we're going to do that in this space here. Give them their own private bathroom, like plenty of space in their room. If we could get some actual plastic, I'd build them the fancy beds too, but I'm having a lot of luck with that. You know what? They're walking all over this door, but you're right. They haven't managed to get out of the pneumatic door just yet, so I think that's probably a good thing. We're getting really low on oxygen here. Let's shut this down. The hydrogen is really spreading out in here. I'm a little bit concerned it's going to wind up making its way out of the pneumatic door because it's such low pressure. I need to like pump another gas in here. Oxygen would be ideal, but we have chlorine here, I guess, which kind of helps. Keeps the germs down. Also creates a little bit of a barrier, but Weezewort, we'll plant that here. How do I not have more Weezeworts? I told them to dig some up ages ago, but I keep tasking them with like higher priority things to build. Slime might disappear by the time it gets to the farm. You think? I don't know. I have never seen the slime actually vanish from like releasing its gases. This needs power, of course, because, you know, why not? We're going to set this up for organic. Where are we here? Slime. Man, brain is not working too well. Alright, organic slime. So it should travel the right route. I think it will go automatically towards the receptacle. Hopefully it won't go upwards, because if it does, that'd be kind of a nuisance. But I think it will go directly from here to where there's actually a conveyor receptacle. So it should head down this route. And it just delivered slime in there, which isn't quite what I wanted. There we go. That's what we want. Okay, so we have it delivered in there. So we have the priority on this set at 7. I think this is a 6. Yeah. So the higher priority on the word thing break. No, conveyor loader. Man. Higher priority on the conveyor loader. So then the storage. So it'll take it out of the storage to put it in here. which will send it down to here, and then I'm going to set sub priority of 6 on these. So we should be able to get the slime down there, and then it should load in automatically. In theory. Put an airlock door behind the other door in the ranch. Oh, in here. Yeah, we could do that, I guess. Just to try to keep the gases out. Stoops NZ 5, is that New Zealand dollars? Waited ages to catch a live stream to sub to be famous and get my name in a bid. But didn't see it because I have to buy my name like everyone else. Snoops, thank you so much for the super chat. I do appreciate the support. I really appreciate that. Yeah, normally when people subscribe, their name like pops up at the top. So I don't know. It's like an automated thing. I don't always spot them all, but hey, Cryptic, I've been wanting to get this game, and the $20 kind of scares me as I don't have a lot of money. What do you recommend? Yeah, I definitely recommend this game. I've put hundreds of hours into this game. I would say that for the $20, I have far more than got my entertainment value out of it. So I would say if you like these style of games, yeah, it's definitely a good buy. Let's disable this. We should get quite a bit of water in here now. I don't want it to flow at the door when they go in and out of here. That would be just sort of a pain. This looks like a little bit nut already. Look at all the polluted oxygen here. Blah, blah, blah. All right, let's change these to normal size. Try to limit the amount of polluted oxygen we're sticking in here. But that is a lot of polluted oxygen. I might actually be able to oxygenate my colony just off of cleaning this stuff up. Let's build a tile up towards the ceiling here. And we'll throw a deodorizer in here. Why do I have all that water here? What's going on here? Pop that up. I don't know where that water came from. Now Dracos will get stuck in the mech door again? Alright, I'll put it on the other side, whatever. I think that'll work. Hopefully it'll work anyway. Oh my, every time the conveyor belt has slime on it and created pollution. Yeah, it's great. Actually, if you could almost set up a system like that, and if you could clean it all fast enough. Okay, another duplicate coming in. Let's name this one Snoops NZ. So we have loud sleeper, or gastrophobia. They won't cook, but that's not really a problem because we already have a good cook. So you can be Snoops NZ. Welcome to the colony. Print. Okay, now we got another problem. I need to turn this thing off. I kind of forgot it was on. And we're short of another mess table and another bed. So, Snoops, I'm afraid you've got the worst conditions of all so far because you don't have a place to sleep. You don't have a place to eat. You ain't got nothing. Let's copy these settings. Set it for those. Deconstruct all these ladders here, too, I guess. Since we can finally get rid of all these. Fill it in with normal tile. We'll be ready to start building out our luxury bedrooms here, finally. Whew, took forever. Yeah, if you have $20 that you want to spend on some good entertainment and you like these style of games, this game is fantastic. I think Clay just outdoes themselves in general with the games they make, but this one in particular has really captured my interest. Mind you, Don't Starve is also a fantastic game. So I don't know, there's kind of a lot of choices. Did the water get some pollution in it? Here, no. It's actually the polluted. There's algae there. Look at that. It's inside the rail's inside the tile for the shipping, but it's still producing polluted oxygen. This whole space in here is going to get real stinky real fast. Look at all this oxygen here now. It's all polluted oxygen. I need to clean that. So much for my automated system. This is really not going to work out well. Mind you, if they keep these stocked with sand, we might actually just have a decent oxygen generation system here. It might become a problem in that our mushrooms need CO2 to grow. Farmer's Touch is doing some fancy fertilizing and stuff. Okay, what do we got? I want to see these run just to make sure the auto sweeper is actually delivering the slime. Properties. Ooh. Alright, well that whole conveyor system was just a colossal waste of time. I've created a slime problem again. At least when they run in here with the slime, it doesn't cause this issue, but now we've done it. Alright. This is not a good setup. I'm going to deconstruct this. We're just going to have a huge slime lung problem down here. It's just going to generate crazy amount of germs. So instead, I'm going to reverse the order. We'll take all the slime that's in this rail. We got it to go backwards here, hopefully. I hope this will work. I don't know if it will. And get it to load it back into the storage container. Not the best use for this particular system. Works fantastically for coal. Not so great otherwise. Let's deconstruct this too. Dun dun dun. You swear the slime conveyors worked in the past. I mean, if you had it enclosed in its own separate tunnel instead of inside of tiles, then you could keep it contained and it would be okay. But there's just, the germs are a problem. Like, I don't even mind so much about the polluted oxygens because we can just clean it with the deodorizers. It's the germs I don't want spreading around. Alright, we're building that fast enough. Okay, well that didn't work. Why is it not moving? Let's make this priority 7. Well, that's not working. Come on! I need it to go the other direction now, and it's just not working. Unload solid materials from a conveyor into a storage. This is set at 7. It's within reach of this. It emptied it, but... Oh, you know what? I didn't connect the rail to it. That's the problem. Hold on. I gotta just... It's weird, but... Whoa, what did I do there? Conveyor rail. I think that's what the issue is. I think even though I built it on the end, I might need to connect it. If not, then I might have to put like a receptacle at this end. Which I don't really want, because I don't want these things sweeping up the slime that's in the... it's already in the planters and putting it on the rail. That would suck. All that cleaning I did to get rid of the polluted oxygen, I just created a whole bunch more. That's professional moves right there. Maybe that's why you always play easy mode with no germs. Oh, well, there's that too, yeah. So if... Like I said, the polluted oxygen is not such a big deal because you can actually convert it into clean oxygen. You actually get an oxygen supply off it. It's the germs I don't want. Not the germs! I mean, there's not that many in here because it didn't last that long, but... Now I've got all this stuff stuck on the rail and it's not moving. Let's try deconstructing this, see if it makes a difference. Maybe it's confused. How do we have people going through there without suits? I'm confused. They're running right through there and there's no suit. Did I have this gate turned around the wrong way? I think I might have to turn this around. I'm pretty sure I have it backwards. Why isn't this working? Come on. Alright, let's, maybe I have to put a conveyor loader on this end for this to work. The ladder's not a tile. Well, that's not, but it was coming out up over here, too. Like, it wasn't even just limited to that. It was coming out in multiple places. Oh. You're right, the slime did all vanish. That's the reason it's not emptying it. It all converted to polluted oxygen. These are all empty. Oh, no, no, it's not. It's got slime in there. They look empty. That's weird. Alright, whatever. These are priority 6, so I'll leave this at priority 5, and then hopefully with the conveyor set up on both ends, it should finish it and take it out. I'm really surprised this isn't loading into here. Is the gate disabled? Which gate? That's our organic slime. Why is it not moving? Maybe they got to build that. I'll find out. Yeah, I don't know. No, this isn't disabled. It's definitely on. I think I have it turned around backwards. I wasn't sure which way it was supposed to go in terms of... No, see, he put the suit on that time. I'm really confused. I don't know why some of them got the suit and some of them didn't. And they're just running by it like it doesn't even exist. I feel like something's weird. Something weird is going on there. For the longest time, they were using the suits exactly as expected, and then they didn't. Oh, you know what? They're going down and coming back through. That is the exact problem. So I'm going to close the door and lock it. That'll force them to go through the gate here. So messed up. I'm just breaking everything on myself now. Alright, this is closed and locked, so they won't go that route anymore. Now, they should have to go through the gate. They can still go through this way without a suit, which is fine. But going back the other way, they should have to have the suit, so it should be good. Let's check our germs up here. Oops, that's not what I want. Man, these are not dying as fast as I would like them to. 1,700 still. I mean, the concentration's a lot lower than it was, but... And it's all clean air in here. This is like... We have kilograms of free air in here. It's just germy. It's not going to work for me. It's not going to happen. Alright, let's deconstruct this so we can get all this made. I'm going to get rid of this too. Fill in our flooring. We'll get rid of this. We don't need these anymore. I mean, we did a good job of terraforming there. It's just taking too long for the germs. Someone snuck a suit out. Now, it's just they were going at different routes. They were going down here into this space, and then they were coming back through the gate on this side. So they're allowed to go in one direction, just not the other. And this still isn't working because I don't have power in it. Oh, wait, did it empty? Ah, good. Okay, it emptied. So I guess it won't allow anything to move on the conveyor rail if you don't have the loader on the other end. So let's deconstruct this now. We don't need it. Well, so much for that. I'm going to recover my materials. No. Deconstruct this. Deconstruct that. I mean, the conveyor worked. It's just... I can't afford to have all those stinky germs in there. We'll make use of the conveyor in other places. I mean, we could also set one up here, so when these guys poop the coal out, we could send it automatically over to the generator storage, which we have actually very little coal in there right now. Should probably dig some more of this out, get our hands on some more coal to make sure that we don't run out of power again. Okay, this is almost finished here now. I don't think anyone's going to be able to live out here tonight because the germs are still here. I don't really want anyone getting sick. They are dropping, but it's going to take a little bit longer for the germs to go away. So until they do, I feel like I shouldn't really... Sweep all this up, please. I'm going to set a storage bin down here specifically for our mushrooms. Yeah, we'll set that up for the mushrooms, so they can take all these little mushroom cap pieces and the fungal spores and stick them in there. I don't think they're storing in the other storage areas. Agriculture, nope, not that. I want seeds. Wort seed, sleetweed, fungal spores. Yep. Alright, so those aren't storing fungal spores, so we can set this one specifically for the fungal spores. I'll put it near our gardens where we need them. Fungal spores. Priority 6. Perfect. Alright, good. Airflow tiles in new bedrooms or CO2 rooms instead? Yeah, I'm going to end up doing, I'll do some airflow tiles, but I want to see what my layout's going to be here first, so I'm just going to use regular tiles to start with. I think I'm going to put the showers at the back corner here. Actually, maybe I might do something similar to what I have here, where we have toilet, sink, and then the shower. So we'll go to the lavatory. Make sure we leave lots of room here for all kinds of luxury space. It's under medicine where we have the sink, so we'll grab one of those. Oops, plumbing. Throw a shower in here. Seal that off with a door. We'll need a door on this end, of course, because it's got to be sealed in. Otherwise, it won't be classified as a bedroom. And that leaves us all this space here for the bedroom area. For now, we're just going to put in cots because we just don't have... we don't have the space, or we don't have the plastic, rather, to make the big fancy beds. So we'll go this route. And then in furniture, of course, we'll need some paintings because we need a little bit of artwork in here. It's got to look nice. And then we'll also need some statues, which we'll put in here. Just triple up the statues in this space. That'll be the luxurious bedroom area. So that'll be room number 1. We'll do a similar one down here. I'm sure, I have no idea how I'm going to do that fish tank thing that Durgan wants, because there's not like see-through tiles even. We'll basically just have to build like something like this that's enclosed, but the fish are going to wind up dying. I don't know how I'm going to handle that. Slime in the refrigerator. That's not slime, that's rotted food. Polluted dirt. I say, what? You know what, I think we must have had a power interruption at some point, and it allowed the food to spoil. How about you guys sweep that as a matter of priority? They're too busy eating. They can't. Come on, guys. You're letting polluted oxygen all over here. I don't like it. Okay, we're needing plumbing for all this setup, obviously. We're gonna go with insulated pipes this time so we don't mess up our heating scenario. These are all intake. These are all output. Ooh, I can't go all the way up with this because they won't be able to reach into the ceiling. That's okay. Output. We can actually connect this up just like this even. Actually, I don't want this to be connected just yet. Not until we're ready, because it's actually going to steal a bunch of water. We're going to have to reconnect this to the water supply in order to fix it. Snoops. Oh my gosh. What's the going rate on a deluxe suite? I think I deserve a discount since they've been sleeping on the floor. My back's killing me. Oh my gosh. Thank you again for the super chat. All right. So we've got... Snoops is going to have a luxury room now, too. So we need 5 of them. So we've got 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, and they'll have extra space down here. Right now, it's going to be like a carbon sink because I don't have enough room here otherwise. None of this needs electricity at least, so that's good. I wish I could like copy all this. There's like a mode. There is a mode where you can copy room setups, but you can't do it in like the normal mode, unfortunately. It'd be nice to just be able to copy and paste them down. I'm going to have to actually rebuild them all. So plumbing, we'll do lavatory. I might as well do all these at the same time. And then in medicine, we're gonna need sinks. Like so, back to the plumbing. We'll get showers. Like that. Pneumatic door. Actually, this thing here needs to get deconstructed. I shouldn't have put this right on the end. That was foolish. Let's deconstruct this. Obviously, we'll need to dig that up. I will have to do some tiling in the floor too, the airflow tiles, just to let the carbon dioxide fall through, but not super worried about that at the moment, since there's nobody really living in these quarters just yet. Furniture, we want cots again. Put those all down there. We're going to need artwork. No, that one's in the way. That's alright. It's okay for now. Furniture, more artwork. That was not the right placement. Cancel this. No! Oh, click the wrong one. Plumbing, back to lavatory. Back to the furniture. This is crazy. To have duplicates that have these kind of it's just such a crazy waste of space. Alright. Whatever. It's fine. We'll use isolated pipes again. This is all fresh water. No. Yeah. Fresh water like that. Same thing here. That'll be like our main wet wall there with the insulation lining there. Okay, and then all this stuff here go up through this wall. Up into this space and connect there, and then we'll do the same thing with the connections here. Okay, so that will give me all the wastewater from all these connecting up into the pipes, which will go into here, which will feed into our sieve. Our sieve will clean it, send it down through this space. All of these can ultimately be connected. And then they'll connect here, so we'll end up with a lot of water. It's going to take a lot of water to send all this. Man, poor at CrypticFox having to build rush build out. No, I mean, I already knew how I was going to lay it out. It was just a question of doing it. But we still have a germ problem in here, so nobody can move in just yet. But we're getting close. Poor Kev's moving really slow with that suit on. Alright, let's throw a pneumatic door here. On each of these rooms, too, once everything gets set up in here, I can put, like, the name lock on the door so that only the duplicant that lives in the room can even go into it. Just remember, it only asks to be in your game for a $35 super chat, although please try your best to keep you alive. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not going to have any trouble with living at the moment, I don't think. Like I said, we have lots of oxygen. We have tons of food right now. This is so crazy. Oh boy, it's really warm down here. I still need to do more insulating down here too. Let's throw some of this in. It's just so spicy warm down there. I got to do something to cool all this down. This section, like this system up here worked really well, but I don't really need that down below here. I'm just gonna have to come up with a simpler way. I can probably just put in some wheezeworts actually when we dig these up out of here. This space is looking much more temperate now because we're building with temperate materials. So the interesting thing now with the way that the heat transfers through objects is we can put like you can build an object as a temperate temperature, and it dramatically changes the temperature in a given area when you do it. Why do I have so many? What is this all down here? I have a crazy amount of reed fiber seeds down here. They're clearly not storing them. Thimbleweed seeds? No, they are. What are those? Thimbleweed seeds. Thimbleweed seeds. They're just not picking them up for some reason. That's weird. I guess maybe they're just too busy doing other things. Sub-priority 7. Build all this with craziness. Why is no one sweeping? I have no idea. I guess you know what? I probably just didn't set a high enough priority on it. That's probably all it was. Do we have 3 functional suits here too, which is good. So if we can get another duplicant out there, that'd be great. Get them to do some work. Get to work, you lousy bums. You can pump the water through the warts and drop it back in. Yeah. Actually, the temperature change in general works really good with those radiant pipes. So this water down here is 35.9 degrees. I'd need to build a space to be able to do that. I'd have to pump it from here up top, snake it through the same space. My only concern is that if I send more heated water up here with the gases, it might actually produce enough heat that the Wheezeworts don't keep up with it anymore. And these are doing a really good job of cooling the air that's going into the colony. I might maybe build a second setup like that down below here in a separate chamber. And then do the same thing. Pump the water out, cycle it through, and send it back in. That might work pretty well, actually. No one's sweet because you need an exosuit to reach that area. Yeah, but there is an exosuit. It's right here. Oh, it's charging, though. Ooh, we just ran out of power. What happened? That was weird. That grid is separate. It shouldn't have overloaded. 840 is the max on that one. And we're definitely not tapping the max. I don't know. Whatever. Germ overlay. Ooh, germs get lower in the 600s. 559. Nice. Sweet. It takes a long time for the germs to die off in the air, but it really does clean them out, at least. As long as you get rid of the slime. If the slime's still around, it seems to just keep propagating so crazily. I cordially request a 2-floor apartment with kitchenette and ensuite bathroom, in addition to private rec room to relax in. No particular timeline, but central air is a must, oxygen included. Durgan! It's like you're torturing me now. Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh my gosh. You cordially request a two-tiered apartment. Okay. Wow. Forget the noob question, but what's stopping the build in the ice blocks and the water supply area? Mostly just the fact that they haven't gone to get the ice. So all the ice right now is down here in this biome. I have priority set on this stuff a little bit higher, so they're kind of going and doing a lot of other things instead of getting to these, because these are only priority 5. I built them, but I wasn't in a huge rush for it, so we can cool it that way. This is probably even more efficient than trying to send it through the send it through a Wheezeworts. If we could just like build these ice blocks in here, it'll actually cool this fairly quickly. We did this before and it worked, but we were pumping warmer water in because I was pumping water in from out here and cleaning it through the sieve and then sending it through. So it was actually coming in at like 35 degrees or something and then having to cool down. So it was sort of raising the temperature of all the other water at an ambient level. Not really a problem now. So you're right. I don't even need to bother with... let's deconstruct all this. I don't even need to bother sending it out into like a little funny loop thing. I could just build ice in there. It'll work just as well. Make a separate Wii Sport cooling room for the water so you don't have to snake it up. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother, actually. If I just build those ice sculptures in there, it'll probably accomplish the same thing. It does have the issue of needing more Wheezeworts. Yeah, I have a couple of them. These ones aren't going to stay up here, I don't think. I'm not really intending to keep them here anyway. So we definitely have a few. I'm going to put a couple Wheezeworts in this space because I actually want to cool this area. Aaron, $5 super chat. Thank you. Durgan demands pampering. Oh my gosh. Durgan started the whole chain of us building this. This is going to be like the Ritz-Carlton of duplicant colonies. It's crazy. I really need to get plastics because that's when things are really get cushy for them. And actually, we do have some oil down here, so theoretically, with the use of these fancy exosuits, we could go down there, but I'll do that afterwards, because I want to get this room section here finished. We've already gone a little bit over time. $2 super chat from Polani. Pampering for @Durgan8D. Oh my gosh, Durgan. You're going to have like your own spa service. Okay, so we'll take this bottom one and we'll make this into the Durgan apartment, or the Durgan suite, I guess we should call it. It'll be a fancy 2-bedroom suite, okay? So we'll put the door for it down at the bottom level. I need a little more space here. Uh-oh. We've got a slime producer right here, too. Get that taken care of. Get out of here, germ. Well, not slime producer, but a germ producer. Get out of here, germs. Alright. This can go... Hold on. 1, 2... Oh, we need to get rid of these. Deconstruct all this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need the floor, like, right here. I really need them to sweep up these thimbleweed seeds. They're just taking too long to clean up. Okay, so you have the bedroom and bathroom on the upstairs. On the lower level, we'll do massage table, some plants and pictures and stuff. We'll do a dining thing with a refrigerator. Of course, we'll have to set up a scenario that we can store food in the fridge. So we either have to let a manservant in order to store it, or arrange for conveyor rails to bring it. Conveyor rails may present a problem. Maybe not. We'll see. Yeah, Poe, at this point you've earned it. Yeah. Just want her to let me house sit when she goes out of town. We'll put like... Oh my gosh. We have like Polani can be like in the guest suite or something in there. That's funny. We might need oxygen production for this side of things too, because when I open up the wall in here, this one oxygen producing room may not be enough to keep up anymore. Although it's having no trouble. This is ridiculous. I can't believe how strong the oxygen is in here. That actually, that really floors me. That one tiny little room, I would not have thought could produce enough air to keep this whole colony going. You guys are so evil. Oh, that's funny. It's interesting to get like a different objective when you're building though, because the reality is like when you get in here building, a lot of it gets to be pretty repetitive because you kind of do the same stuff over and over again. So it is kind of neat building out something that's different. I haven't done the whole luxury room thing before. You need a guest bed. Yep. We'll have to put one in. Looks like all the slime lung jars we get so you can open and connect the rooms. Yeah, they probably are. How we doing here, slime lung UIs? 0 germs. Yep, everything's good. Things turned out great. Okay, so we can actually open up right here, and then we won't need this fancy, these fancy suits anymore. So let's deconstruct buildings. We'll open up the wall. $2 super chat. Willing to be Durgan's manservant. That's really funny. I don't know how I would arrange for you to even be like delivering the food there. That would be interesting. I don't know how we would do that. I guess we could switch you over to a gopher job or a supply job or something, and then give you both access to the room, and then you would go and fetch the food and bring it in there, I guess. I suppose that would work. You want to know how to cool water because you don't want water to go through your electrolyzer and be too hot. Okay, so here's the thing. The electrolyzer will always output the oxygen at a fixed temperature. So if you look here, the water that I'm sending in is 34.4 degrees Celsius. The oxygen that's coming out of here, though, is at like 50 degrees. The temperature of the water doesn't impact the temperature coming out of the electrolyzer. It has its own conditions to set that. I think a lot of times it's based on the more closely with the temperature of the building itself. So don't worry about the temperature you're sending in. Just pay attention to the temperature of the gas that's coming out and then cool the gas. So for me, the gas that's coming out of here is in, well, it's coming out here like 50 degrees. Then it gets down here is like 40. It's interesting that it changes temperature so quickly. Oxygen 46.6 or 46.4. So I'm pumping it out, and in the pipes here, it's sitting at like gas pipe 41 degrees Celsius. We're snaking it through here in this cold space so that it comes out on the other side at 21 degrees Celsius. So don't worry about the temperature of the water you send in as long as you use insulated pipes so you don't have a whole lot of temperature spread. And then just worry about cooling the gas. Liquids are harder to cool. Alternatively, you can kind of do what I'm doing down here and use ice blocks in the water. I haven't set these at a priority, so they haven't really done it. Maybe we can do that really quickly so I can show you. But so in here, the water temperature is like 35 degrees, 37 degrees. It's really kind of spicy. If we set these at priority 8, though, they'll run down to the cold biome over here. They'll gather up ice. They'll bring it back up and build in here. These will melt instantly in the water. As soon as they build them, they'll finish and it'll melt. And then we should see a temperature drop in the water. It'll also increase the water supply, too, oddly enough. Well, not really oddly, but conveniently enough, I guess. So we'll see if they do that. They're sleeping right now, but when they get up, if we can get them to run down there... oh, look, somebody's already picked a bed out here. Snoops! Snoops has already picked his own bed. Sleeping in the environmental suit, who no less. That's really funny. That's right, spicy water. Hashtag spicy water. I need somebody to go and get some of that ice, though. They're not really in a rush about it. They're like, I'm take my time. Forget you. Mino lights? I don't know. They produce heat. I just don't really bother with them. I only use them when you specifically need to. Although, you know, you have a point. In these luxury apartments, I feel like you're right. They probably should have lighting. They should have lighting. And if we're going to go to that extent, not only should they have lighting in their bedroom areas, but the lighting should be on a timer so that the lights are only on during the daytime and they go off at night, because we don't want to disrupt their sleep at all. So we'll have to fix that too. Dang, it's after midnight. Yeah, we went way past. It's like 20 after midnight now. My time anyway. Automated lighting, that's right. We're going to put them on timers so that they'll turn off at certain times of the day. There's now a temperature monitor for automatons or automations, so you can set it to cold air to cold. Well, sort of, yeah. It measures the temperature in the piping. It's just kind of a challenge. Water lock's not needed anymore. Yep, not so much. I usually use CO2 locks for the most part, like this one down here. This one has CO2 sitting in it. That way, when they run through, they don't get soggy feet. But I don't really even need this so much because we have the suits. But it does stop the gas from flowing into this area where we have it all full of CO2 anyway. I guess it doesn't matter that much. Man, they're really busy in here. What do I have the priority set out for this? That's all priority 7. The ice is priority 8, but nobody's getting the ice. I wonder if these are unreachable now. They shouldn't be. Dupes and suits on the loose. Bump. Wow. Okay, so this bed here will belong to Spiffy. Where's Spiffy? Alright, Spiffy, that's your fancy room. This one will be Nelly Nee. This bed down here is going to be Durgan's, because she's going to get the fancy 2-level apartment. That could be Durgan's, and that leaves this bed open, and that can go to Snoop's. All you people with your fancy rooms. Living in the lap of luxury. Just make sure we have enough oxygen over here, though. That's probably a key thing. I didn't put in the airflow tiles here either. I really should do that. Make sure the CO2 has a place to go. We'll also need a way to get rid of the CO2 at the bottom of this little apartment complex, because the bottom floor in Durgan's apartment is going to get really, really stinky with CO2 if we don't. Let's put some airflow tiles in here. I just want to make sure we maintain good airflow in general. So it should have the ability to move pretty much all around in the space now. Wait a minute. What luxury apartment would be complete without a fire pole? That's a must-have. Suit dupes can't escape their suits. They should be able to. They should be able to go down and come out through here, but I think they're choosing not to. As long as they don't suffocate in those things, that would be bad. They move so much slower in the EV suits, too. I'm really curious to see whether they're going to suffocate in there, because the suits don't have infinite oxygen. Docking suit, inhaling 75 grams per second of O2, exhaling 0 kilograms per second of CO2. Is he not exhaling at all? He's holding his breath. That's impressive. The dining room doesn't count as a room. It doesn't. You're right. I'll need to fix that. We'll throw a door in here. What? Oh, we ran out of metal. I built so much metal in here, I don't have any metal left. That is crazy. All right. I'm gonna grab all this. Man, I haven't run out of, like, all metals in a while. That's a lot of metal we put in there. Send the dupes and suits out of the base and lock the door. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Send them down here. Move to here. Who do we have in suits right now? We have Aaron in a suit. So let's set this door up, actually, so that Aaron can go through in one direction. Like that. And then, where's our other exosuit? There we go. This is with Kev. So Kev has it also. Move to here. Alright, so they're the only ones that can go down through the door, and no one else can. And that'll let them get rid of the suits. Okay, perfect. And now this is set up so that nobody else can go through it. All the suits are in the docking bays. Everybody's good. Perfect. No one will suffocate. Yet. You have a dupe? Yeah, I made a dupe for you too, Aaron. Congratulations. Nah, Aya's SMRT enough to put it back. Snoops got rid of his suit. He was all set. Snoops is like, forget this. Don't forget Snoops. Let Snoops use the bathroom in the bedroom. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so this is Snoops here. We gotta set up the door so that Snoops can access it. Lauren Marie still has access to that bathroom, and that's fine. She wanted that. So let's set the door up here for Snoops, so you can use their special bathroom now. None of these ones are set up that way just yet, obviously, because we're not finished with putting everything together. Their bathrooms right now aren't even finished. That's the trouble with living in a construction zone. Sometimes you just don't have a bathroom for a while. How do you run out of metal? I built a ton of metal stuff. If you're working on less power-hungry gas filter, use 2 gas shutoffs and a gas type detector. You can filter out gas for only 10 to 20 watts. Good to keep O2 out of hydrogen generator. Well, I haven't really worried about that too much. So instead, I use a different system that doesn't consume any power at all to do that separation. So gases in this game cannot occupy the same tile at the same time. So the electrolyzer here is producing hydrogen, which is naturally going to want to go upwards, and the oxygen is naturally going to want to filter to a layer below the hydrogen. So what happens here is the hydrogen takes up the very top layer here because it wants to go up. And then the gas for the oxygen can't occupy the same space, so it won't displace it, so it won't go up. Instead, I left room for the oxygen to go down. So it goes into this filter to go out. This pump here ends up creating a vacuum in this space because the hydrogen's up high. And because there's no gas here, the hydrogen naturally spreads out to fill out this area also. So then we end up with this whole top part being just hydrogen, the bottom part just being oxygen, and you don't have to spend any power at all separating the two. By the way, I is a girl. Oh, sorry, Snoops. My bad. I should, you know what? I really shouldn't make assumptions. Sometimes I see like a lot of names and stuff in the chat, and for some reason I attribute a particular trait to it. I shouldn't do that. It's a bad habit. So I apologize for that. Thank you for correcting me. This is almost done. This system does not have enough water to manage it all. That's going to be my primary challenge here. We'll have to connect this pipe in eventually. But I think we're ready to make our water connections and get the functional bathrooms out here. Now, the real question is going to be: will this water move through all the pipes, or is it going to have any kind of pipe confusion? Hopefully not. Sometimes the water will get to spots, and it won't flow the way you expect that it should. It gets confused. So we'll see what happens when they connect it. Ooh, we're running short on power. Oh, it's because we only had one generator running. Okay, it should be fine now. Always check door priorities in private suites to make sure someone hasn't kept a key. Yeah, pretty much. Now they're building the fire pole now. Okay, don't worry about the fire pole just yet, guys. Let's focus on prioritizing this stuff. Make the water pipe connections. Tashif Khan, thank you for the super chat. I have no idea what that form of currency is, to be entirely honest with you. I've never seen that symbol before. By the way, I is a boy. Well, thank you very much for letting me know. I appreciate the super chat and the support. And I'm going to have to look up what type of currency that is, because I have no idea what that symbol means. Let's find out. Oh, it's a rupee. Ah, okay. I had no idea what the rupee symbol was. Good to know. Thank you so much for the super chat. The game is not free. No, this game is it's roughly $20 on Steam. Oh, there we go. The plumbing is working as expected. Okay, but we do have the problem I was expecting in that there's just so much piping now. We need to make a connection here. Oh man, I didn't even have to build it? That's sweet. Uh-oh. See, here's that pipe confusion I was talking about. Oh, no, there we go. That's weird. It let one little segment of water through and then not anymore. Oh boy. Okay. Deconstruct this for a moment. See, that should work, but it's not. Ooh, actually, there's a fair amount of polluted water going through there. This might actually fill its system on its own. It's still not moving. I broke it. It's not. So here's this is exactly the pipe confusion I was talking about. I have a join right here that the pipe should flow up and in, but it's just not. It's choosing not to move instead. Now on the plus side, all the water on this end seems to be flowing okay. If we can get enough polluted water in the system, it'll fill up the clean water side of things all on its own. It's just that these bathrooms might be out of order for a little bit. So we'll see what happens. Put in a water bridge and the water will work. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Hold on. We'll see what happens. Don't connect at the corner. Yeah, that might work too if I just set the pipe so it's not connected at the corner. Where is my overlay? So we built the pipe bridge, but that's not working either. So hold on. And deconstruct this. Hold on. We'll instead of connecting at the corner, we'll send insulated pipe right here. It's causing a weird little bit of confusion right here, but come on, somebody come break this thing. I might not even need it. I mean, man, look at all the water built up there. That's interesting. It's actually taking priority in this top line. So if this line isn't backed up, it's filling it up first. Which is leaving these lower level ones with less water to actually function. So I need to get like a lot of fresh water in this bottom part, and then everything will be fine. Priority 8. Give me this. Finish my piping, please. Deconstruct that. It moved like one tiny little piece. No, it's not working. Ah. Killing me. Alright, we probably, on the plus side, I don't think we'll actually even need to finish this because there's enough water flowing in the system right now that it is creating its own little backup. And the people who can't use the washrooms here will temporarily use the outhouses while this gets filled up. Over time, we produce more wastewater through the toilets and stuff than we actually consume in fresh water. So this will end up with a net positive result, and it should fix itself. We'll have to keep an eye on it, but this funny little pipe confusion here is really being a pain in my butt. And in the meantime, I'm not sending water up for oxygen, which is kind of a problem. I think I probably just broke my oxygen system. Oh, I did. I'm pumping hydrogen. Whoa. It really stinks. Best based ever. Thanks for going overtimes. Thanks, Polani. And Tashif Khan, thanks again for the super chat. Another 20 rupees. Appreciate that. Thank you. $2 super chat. Best based ever. All right. I'm gonna call it for tonight. I think we're already at like 12:30 in the morning Eastern time. I broke my oxygen system by interrupting the pipe flow. Now we got it back pretty quickly, so it'll recover. The base got a little bit of hydrogen in it, unfortunately. That'll sort itself towards the top anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. We are a little weak on oxygen on this side, so obviously there is going to be a little bit more we need to do to maintain a well-oxygenated system in here. With this side over here, it's going to be a little bit oxygen deprived, but we'll sort all that out next time. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to build next time, but we'll keep building out. Make our colony a little bit bigger. We need to finish out that the 2-level bedroom suite thing that Durgan wants. So she has her own fancy little resort area. But thanks again, everyone, for coming to check out the stream. If you don't currently subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button, and that'll give you a chance to get notifications for any upcoming videos I upload and any upcoming streams. There is a new game coming out tomorrow called Machiavellian that I'm going to be trying out. I have a video scheduled for 9 a.m. tomorrow when the embargo turns off for that for me. And it's another colony management game, but it's with little monsters, and you build like a haunted house kind of thing and try to lure in people so you can kill them off and end up end up kind of like using them for food and stuff. So anyway, it's kind of a funny little game. So I have that. It's going to be played a little bit more of that going forward. I'm still trying to decide what game I'm going to play tomorrow night. I think I'm leaning towards playing... I can't even think of the name of it now because my brain's turned into mush. The new game that I just started playing. Oh my gosh, what's it called? I gotta find it. Omen Sight. Man, holy brain no work. Okay, so I think I'm gonna be playing probably Omen Sight tomorrow night on the live stream, but we'll see. But thanks everyone for coming out. I'm as always CrypticFox. Thanks again everyone for the super chats tonight. You guys are amazing. I'll see all of you next time.